neck.
As long as North wins.
No one really cares. On the same side as saying RIP Tom Hafey, they've put no one really cares.
Yeah.
It's a contender for us.
Serious blunder.
That's pretty freaking average.
Yeah, gee. Someone's
I can't see it being huge.
Someone's commented, where were the carers?
26 Andrew Scott.
Parody song. Cheers for parody.
But honestly, like it's like they're not the brightest.
It's fun after they are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a few. There's a few brain cells amongst them, I'm sure. You
Can I
know?
ask a question? Has anyone got an iPhone plug in to the wall?
Look at him go. Can I pinch that?
Alright, so that's a G, isn't
That
it?
vent, no, the chair. The short,
yeah, the
sorry,
shorter
Tony.
45.
I'll get all
I was
this
gonna
crap
say,
out of the way.
just the shorter.
Yeah, the short one. Yeah.
41 is Osborne.
Yeah.
Carmichael out front. Yeah, gee, some of these even Herbert doesn't look that runner out there.
Oh, you'll pick him once he's by himself because you're the only forward.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
54 is Mercer, I know Mercer.
And Proust is easy. He's got the hair sort of like that. And he's
Oh, is that Proust? So, Haberfield's good.
He's got a little
But
dreads.
Haberfield's also 30 centimetres shorter.
Short.
Yeah,
He's short and
he's
dreads.
got dreads, that doesn't he?
Yeah. He's a little top up, isn't he?
Yeah.
Haberfield,
Yeah, from Bob down. So, sorry, from Adidas down.
All top up.
Oh, actually, except for Seb Tate, I don't understand why he's got a high number.
Hasn't he always had that number?
Oh, there's a 38 out there. I don't have him written down.
Jack Leslie.
Jack Leslie.
He's one of their draftees.
Right, so Zufa,
Yep.
just come back from holiday.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Take 3 weeks off. Brewer. Sorry, Chimpig. Yep, we're there. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Just gaff this up here.
Hey,
I'll just gaff these up here.
not a bad option.
41 is Osborne. 20 is Shade. That's Cruz. 38 is Leslie. 43 is Ellis.
You got a few people, yeah?
21 is Taylor. 55. Yeah, gee. Farley Smith out there. It's all the ones I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah.
There's Haberfield.
Oh, Farley's.
Who's not playing?
Moochie 54, the short.
Is that,
Time 50.
do you have, how many do you have there?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
gotta be some, like, yeah.
7 on interchange. I've got to get there for you, I think.
Okay. Connor Riley, the same 52.
That's what I'm looking for him on there.
Don't think so.
Yeah, so I think Connor Riley's out. Unless we
I swear I listed everyone.
No, I've just got Gold Coast at a 7-man
Oh no,
bench.
there's 52, so Connor Riley's out there.
Who isn't there? Is Tape out there?
48.
I don't think I've seen Tape.
He'd be down in the goal square. He'd be down there.
Robbie Reynolds. 38.
Matthew.
Is
Matthew Long.
Oh, who is Robbie?
Robbie's
See,
his younger brother.
Port.
Plays for Carlton.
Oh, Carl.
Ruckman.
See, I want Don to do
Oh,
that.
they,
No, it's all good. Last time we saw this Sondergaard stopped there with the next playing.
Yeah, he's there. I've commentated every game.
He's 37. With these ones.
Yeah. All of my games have been in there. So,
Must have been the team.
yeah, my first was with you here. And then I had the next week. Ray and Craig.
Done a couple of Aspley games.
I pulled out
Jeez, that's just before the game, just in the warm-up. Done a finger. just for an annoying finger. Matt Thompson, just on the top, he's just, you play through it, but but it's just in the warm-up, that's a pain in the ass. Hey?
absolutely training. I haven't had it for like a can't have him for 4 weeks. Nothing is 2 weeks after.
Have we got any favour in the winds here?
Salter.
Towards us.
Seems to be swirling again coming across this side of the ground. There's a favouring that end to go on.
That you make the call.
Gee,
Fowlers.
gee. I'd love to see a flag of some description.
If there's anything.
I mean, the trees are usually a pretty handy.
Trees seems to be leaning that way. But, I mean,
We don't want to flood the commentary with tree analysis though.
No, you can't do
the
that.
branch on that tree seems slightly
Oh no,
misplaced.
tape's out there.
The post out there.
I just saw a 48.
Maybe they're playing with one o'clock.
Bingo.
They
All right.
might need it.
So who are we? You're Liam Dettering. And you're Will Ralston.
Will Ralston, spelt with an A.
Yeah.
But you said roll because you're a professional.
That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm rarely referred to as Ralston. I'm Ralston.
Hang on. So who won the freaking toss there? Damn, we did it again.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see it.
No,
Nah.
Cast.
Redland that way.
Yeah, so I think Cast.
Okay. Well, we'll call it that way anyway. And
We'll be able to tell though.
Kick
Where
towards.
Hughes goes.
No, you know which way they're going. It's just who won the toss.
Yeah. It's just an interesting little bit of info to start your commentary with.
Do you want to kick us off?
Hey,
Do you want to kick us off?
you want to kick off? What are you talking about?
Do you want to do
What
the
is
wel-
this man talking about?
Do you want to do the welcome?
I'll do a short welcome, throw straight to you. I'll throw straight to the dulcet tones of
Dulcet tones.
the near falls hottest young commentator rising through the ranks. Sorry. Okay, Dan.
I'll give you a cue and we can have some pre-match handle.
At banter.
Just wait for them to finish their warm-up and once they start
That's it.
moving positions. But this will remain quiet right now until we start streaming now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Casheezi Park at Victoria Point for near full round 8. It is the Redland Bombers at home to the Gold Coast Suns. I'm Michael Price. Joining me in commentary, Will Ralston. Good afternoon to you, Will.
Good afternoon, Michael. It's going to be an interesting game today. It hasn't been the best start of the season for the Gold Coast Suns reserves, but quite the opposite for Redland. They've come out of the bye in a very solid position for season 2014.
Yeah, Redland with the 4 wins so far this season. The Gold Coast yet to trouble the scorers. Joining us for special comments, Liam Dettering. Liam, the conditions might actually be good for football today. It's a little overcast, a little cooler.
Yeah, apparently there was some trouble with mowing the grass during the week, but the ground seems to have held up pretty well despite the conditions that we've got here. And it should be a good game. Both teams coming off the bye, so both should be refreshed with football today.
Very lush, the ground, as there's a few areas that hold the water that have been made a little uneven, but looking forward to a great game today. Will, I'll let you take us off as we have the opening bounce here at Casheezi Park for near full round 8.
So to contest this one will be Hunter from Redland and Walbers for the Gold Coast Suns. Ball goes into the turf. And neither team able to win that decisively. Suns have their hands on it, tackled strongly by Redland, and Redland's tackling pressure at home particularly has been very strong so far this season. So the umpire throws that one back up. Hunter and Walbers again. Walbers wins it down comfortably, only as far as Brewer for Redland. Handballed by Hunter out of the congestion. He's got Scott. He can't find a teammate. Hughes meets it strongly, but he's tackled just outside the 450.
Immediately a few players around the ball, so a lot of pressure on the ball carrier if in fact they can get it free. Umpire throws it up. Hit down by Walbers, picked up by Hunt now. Hunt with the right foot forward. Just to the left half forward for the Gold Coast, leading in the chase there. Controls the ball. Good tackling there for Redlands from Rogerson. Holds the ball up. And that was Herbert. Good to see Carmichael Hunt getting a disposal out of the congestion early. Walbers taps it down, picked up there by Hutchins. Shoots the handball over. Osborne takes it well, and again beautifully tackled by Salter. Ball held underneath them both, and we'll have another ball up.
Some really strong tackling to start the game from both teams today, which has been a feature of Redland's play this year.
So this one won by the Gold Coast, just inside their forward 50 now. Loose handball. It's picked up well by Redland. They should be able to rebound, but it's another turnover. But the class of Redland just prevails there as they rebound out of 50. That kick is too much for the leading player. Suns are able to rebound this one back. Loose handball. Strong tackle there by the Redland player. And this will be another ball up just on the wing position. Nobody's the captain, Phil Cast, the co-captain, who's also joined by his fellow co-captain, Zufa, who's had a brief absence from the team. Another ball up. Walbers wins that one down. He's winning a few ruck taps early. Hunt tries to burst through the congestion. Good tackle by Cast once again. And we'll have another ball up.
And Will, as you mentioned there, Daniel Zufa back for Redland today. It's a massive in. The two games he had played for Redland, he was best on ground and second best on ground. So he was in really good form for his trouble.
Absolutely.
Walbers and Hunter. Give that one to Walbers. The Redland player in underneath could have been taken high, and the umpire just calls it as a ball up. Putting his head over the ball there. That was Rees. Walbers gets the ball down. Hunt just spills it back out to Walbers. It's now with Hutchins. Hutchins just kicks it inside 50. Big fly there. Ball slapped down away from Blood. It's picked up. He recovers with the right foot, and one behind results. So the first score on the board will go to the Gold Coast Suns. One behind with Redland yet to score.
That would have been a great goal by Blood. He recovered well from the drop mark. Big kick outside 50, Reese the target. He gets up, can't affect the contest, spills out the back. This one will be Taylor. He puts it inside 50. Bit of a contest in the hot spot. No one's able to take the mark. Blood handball into a dangerous position now. There's Blood now and off the ground. I think he's kicked it. He's claiming it. The umpire is not sure with that one. The controlling field umpire runs into check with the goal umpire.
I think they're calling for a score review here, Will.
No.
Well,
Touched off the boot was the
touched off the
call.
boot. I'm not sure we would have been much help there in that situation, but touched off the boot seems to be the correct decision. I don't think Blood's going to dispute that one too much. So Scott's going to kick this one out for Redland. To the other wing this time. Zufa's underneath it. Controls the body well. Zufa gathers the ball with class on the left foot, bangs it inside 50. Here's Estel underneath it. Was that hands in the back? Umpire says no, and then he eventually calls it back. So that is going to be a free kick in the defensive 50 for the Gold Coast Suns.
So the Suns want to move it out now with Warnock. Warnock looks for the short pass and finds his man there in Jared Ellis, the 19-year-old. Goes across the face of goal now, wanting to change it up. They've got the numbers out there. Mark taken on the outer side. Again, it goes down the outer wing in front of the Casheezi scoreboard. Trask has the ball. Just lumbers along the outer wing. Uses the left foot, and that's a very good kick to a good lead from Timmy Sumner. Takes it right on the 50-metre arc. A lot of numbers back already for Redland. And that's an awful centering kick by Timmy Sumner. It's chopped off by Salter. Dangerous pass across the face of goal with Brad Rees. They're in the back pocket, the Redland Bombers.
It's a very disappointing kick by Sumner. He had plenty of options. Oh, and that's a poorly dropped mark, but he's recovered well. Has Salter. Is that a high tackle? Absolutely, says the umpire. So that was Haberfield that slipped a bit high there on Tom Salter, the third co-captain. So off a little chip. And he's got Scott on the near wing. So Scott just weighing up his options. A few players leading. He might just send it long. Elects to kick it to the lead of Smith. He chips it over the top. Hunt's there, as is Salter. Contest. Reese does very well there. Wins the contested footy. Pfeiffer to Salter. Handball over the top. Estel does well. Handballs to Cast now. Tucked into the pocket. Tries to do the discipline kick. And that's just going to roll out of bounds in the left forward pocket for Redland.
And just one interesting change I've noted. Throughout the season, we've seen Jack Leslie play forward and Henry Shade down back, and it looks like Josh Fraser, for maybe developments, opted to switch them around today.
Throw in. Forward line for the Redland Bombers. It's going to be stuck underneath Haberfield and a couple of others there, and we'll have a ball up about 30 metres from the Redland goal. Again, you would expect with the bigger bodies of the Redland boys all across the park, that could tell later on in the game, certainly imposing their physical presence. Again, the ball stuck under several, and we'll have a ball up in more or less the same spot, with the Gold Coast leading by 2 behinds here at Casheezi Park. Throw up by the umpire. Give that one to Hunter. It's picked up there by Hutchins. Just scrubs it forward. It was Tyne who was tackled heavily there. He'll release the ball, and not well enough, said the umpire. A little harsh perhaps, but it was a great tackle by Damien Stephen, and he'll take the free kick probably about 40 metres out on a slight angle.
You're right, it was a great tackle, but gee, inside 450, I think that's a harsh one, but I mean, he did take on the play, went for a spinning move and didn't quite pull off, so you can't really blame Tyne for that.
And I think what cost him, he just let the ball go in the end and let it spill free. If he'd actually made a genuine attempt at disposing the ball, it might have turned out in his favour.
So Stephen leans back and just starts left and stays there, fades a bit, and one behind. So that's the first score on the board for Redland. One behind to them, and the Gold Coast Suns 2 behinds here early in the first quarter.
So that's Warnock kicking out. He's got Taylor in the pocket, and Taylor can kick it to the lead of Ellis. So the Suns starting pretty well so far. They've been owning a lot of the possession so far. Hutchins on the back flank. He elects to switch the play, so the Suns will be able to rebound from here. Kick outside of 50. Dangerous kick, nearly spoiled by the Redland, just outside 50. This is Estill, who's able to spin out of trouble. Handle over the top to Pfeiffer on his left. Kicks it to a wonderful lead, and it was a wonderful kick on the wrong side for Pfeiffer. So this will be a difficult set shot. Kick from about 50 metres out on a tight angle.
If there's one man in the Redland side who's going to kick this goal, it will be Damien Zufa. He's a beautifully skilled player, AFL experience with the Brisbane Lions, and we'll see how he goes here with quite a difficult set shot.
So Zufa, on his trusty left foot, bangs it towards goal. It's not going to be a score initially. Warnock tries to take it over. Estill from impossible angle, and it proves to be impossible for him as he pushes it across the face for another minor score, bringing us to 2 behinds apiece.
Very man-on-man play at the moment. Just about every player in the Gold Coast defensive half of the ground, as Hutchins has a bounce and a handball, gets the 1-2. Very involved early. Yep, he was caught though. Tried a little bit too much there, went for the 1-2-3. Nice tackle again from Zufa, and we'll have the ball back inside Redland's 50. Long left foot kick at the back with the sitters. At Hughes, just the ball hits the deck. Picked up nicely there, but scrubbed through for a behind. Big fly was that Estill. But the ball went through, was Estill. Another behind for Redlands, and they hit the lead for the first time in the game.
Good pressure there on the kick from Scott. Looked like he was going to be able to sneak that one through for a goal, but the Suns' defence holding up well here.
They're just finding it impossible to break the 50 though at the moment, aren't they? There's been some great forward pressure from Redlands here. They've pressed Gold Coast into one half of the ground.
So Herbert in a difficult position. He just selects to bang it long. He's got Bruce here underneath it. Hunter's there as well. Redland able to turn it over through Sondergaard. Ajita. Bruce to Sumner. Takes on Sondergaard. That could be holding the ball. Umpire says no. Bruce. Couple of players linking up in handball. Hagerfield onto the forward flank. That's Shea. Shea can't get front position. That's really well done there by the Redland defender. As Sondergaard on the wing. Kicks it out wide, and it just travels too far over the lead of Scott, Andrew Scott, one of the 2 Scots playing for Redlands. This is a free kick to the Gold Coast. Play on, says the umpire. Trask sends it forward to Bruce again. That's a great mark. Well done there by the defender. Love it. Coming in from the side, Rogerson. Poor kick in front of the lead of Williams. He recovers well, and he has Salter on the back flank.
Salter takes the ball. He had Zufa leading for him down the wing. Elects to come inboard to Josh Smith. Held up again. Gold Coast are getting the numbers to the places they need to be, therefore holding the Bombers up, so they switch. Out on the commentary wings, Brad Rees now has the ball. Looks to pinpoint a pass, nicely cut off there by Carmichael Hunt. Read it nicely. Now takes it for Gold Coast. Bit of an up and under kick. Didn't get all of it. Good.
Oh!
And there it is. That's Robert Blood. And he plays on as well. Has a bounce. Have a go from 50. He does. Oh, mark of the day, goal of the day in one. Robert Blood, thanks very much. The Gold Coast Suns on the first goal of the match. 1-2-8. Play Redlands 3 behinds. What a ripping passage of play.
Robert, that was bloody beautiful, mate. Exceptional grab. I'd love to see a replay of that. And then how about the audacity to spin, turn, take on two different players and drill it from 45 out?
But how's that when you've got a top-up player who can do that? He took a specky, ran into 50 and kicked a massive goal for Gold Coast. Just rewards for effort so far. Robert Blood, a current member of the Queensland under-18 side as well, showing exactly why he is in that home state side.
Well, the Gold Coast showing a lot of energy and a lot of poise so far. Hutchins is their leading possession getter with 5 disposals, and then there's a couple on 3, including Blood, Taylor and Holland. That's for the Gold Coast as the umpire bounces this one up again. Trying to burst through the contest. Another strong tackle by Redland. Umpire wants to see it play on for a bit, but now he comes in for a throw up just toward the Redland side of the centre circle.
Yeah, Jack Hutchins a couple of weeks ago was under a lot of pressure, just dropped from the senior side back in. Really applying himself early. Ball goes back inside 50 for Redlands. Chopped off again by the Suns defence. Hacking ball comes out towards the commentary wing. Now Thompson, will it bounce for him? Oh, he slaps it over very cleverly. Will it link up? It was Rogerson who was taken without the ball by Dylan Mutu, and he'll take the free kick right here in front of us on the commentary box side.
Yeah. Bit sloppy there from Mutu. Rogerson on the left. He's got Bruce underneath it again. He's shoved out, and the umpire sees it. That was justified. So Bruce will win that free kick. Thrown back in by the runner. Bruce doesn't want to kick, so he handballs back. He's got Osborne to Hunt. Hunt has been prominent pretty early. He wheels around in front of Zufa. Kicks to a wing position to Blood. Oh, and the man's everywhere. He can't do a thing wrong so far, Robert Blood. He's got Hunt. Oh, and then he does that to me, but Hunt is able to recover. Oh, and that's a very strong grab by Herbert on the outer wing. Herbert's got Mutu inside. Denies that option. Pumps it inside 50. Shade. Good spoil there by Scott. Luke Scott for Redland. And that's going to travel out of bounds.
And Luke Scott is that sort of player. He looks very undersized, but he's really good in the one-on-one contest, and he showed it there. Just got that important fist in.
Throw in right forward pocket for the Gold Coast Suns. Not looking like a side at the bottom of the ladder yet to win a game. Give that hit down to Walbers. It's taken there by Hunt, who wheels around onto the right foot, kicks it towards the hot spot, punched away by Luke Scott. And that's over the boundary line for another throw into the similar spot. We've got the Suns leading by 5 points here at Casheezi Park.
And Price, you mentioned that the Gold Coast don't look like a side bottom of the ladder. I thought they were actually pretty good against Aspley 2 weeks ago. They just gave them a bit of a head start before they got back in the game themselves.
So Brewer couldn't get that kick away. A couple of big defensive efforts there from Luke Scott for Redland. So this is going to be a ball up in a very dangerous position. The Suns really need to capitalise on these early opportunities if they want to stay with Redland later on. Suns can't quite win the clearance, but now it's come out. Right foot snap from the pocket. It's going to drift across the face. Just stays in bounds for a moment before bouncing just over the line again, the left forward pocket for the Gold Coast Suns. We've seen a couple of weeks ago what Redland can do to an undermanned AFL reserves team, to the Brisbane Lions. But the Suns looking competitive early on. This is going to be another ball up. Massive bodies there.
A lot of defensive pressure from both sides here. Good work from the young Gold Coast Suns side as well. Now Redlands, they'll come away with the ball. This kick's coming more or less to the commentary box. It'll be a free kick for the Gold Coast Suns. It'll be taken here by Jack Leslie. Now Leslie has a couple of leads, ignores the shorts, goes a little longer. That was a pinpoint kick, and the mismatch was there in the Suns' favour. And that's Taylor, the captain. He looks to pinpoint it to Shade. It goes underneath. He and the defenders picked up there, scrubbed forward, but it might be rushed through by the Redland defence. No, they keep it out. They want to keep it moving forward. Now it's with Brewer. Back to him. Gets it onto the boot. It's a little bit long for his teammate. Gold Coast have the numbers here. Poor bounce for them, but nice little bit of work there by the young fella in James Holland. He's taken over the boundary line. in a nice tackle by Estorn. We'll have a throw in right in front of the commentary box here.
Really interesting statistics so far. The clearances are being won dominantly by the Gold Coast Suns, 6-2 so far, and they might just win another. A bit of bad luck there for Gold Coast. Lands in the hands of Cast. Oh, 3 players go up for poor communication. Pfeiffer spins out of trouble brilliantly. Handballs inside to Reese, and now still under pressure is Redland Bombers inside centre square. Salter can't find a target, so the handball over the top comes to Ajita. He turns it over once again. And once again, that was Josh Smith. Reese. That should be holding the ball, didn't dispose of it correctly. Here's Passfield, handballs over the top to Salter. Bit erratic here, the Redland Bombers. Kick inside 50, lands at the feet of Hughes. Was he held? No, he wasn't. Umpire says play on. It should be rebounded by the Gold Coast. Back and forth at the moment. Well rebounded by the Gold Coast, and that's going to land with Hunt. He can bang it inside 50 now. He's got Shade on the lead with Scott. Shade, works the body brilliantly. Shade runs into an open goal. I think Scott was a bit filthy. He thought he was manhandled, but I think that was just brilliant body work by Shade.
And it was started off by Lee Osborne at halfback, just clean hands. We saw the Redland Bombers fumble, and then eventually it was picked up by Osborne, got the hands out, sent Gold Coast straight through the corridor.
How, what's happened here? It looked like it was a... No, the umpire was just signalling something else. I thought he'd paid a free kick there.
Great bit.
Sorry, Michael, just on Lee Osborne as well. It's something Josh Fraser's been... it's been really happy with his one-on-one defensive work, and what they wanted to see from him, some more attacking play, and I think we saw that then. Just that handball, he ran off, showed a bit more toe than what we've seen in previous weeks.
So the Gold Coast Suns surprising a few here at Victoria Point, leading by 11 points and a couple of goals on the board. Wolbers now, he's doing a good job in the ruck for the Gold Coast. Stolen away by the Bombers though. They kick it inside 50 for the Gold Coast defence, reading it well. The ball will come out to the near side wing here. The captain in Taylor takes the ball. Jeremy Taylor sees a short there, pinpoints that. Now it's with Farley Smith. Farley Smith, that's a wobbly looking kick. It's going to be taken away by the Bombers. Comes to Phil Cass. See Sondergeld on the lead. Takes it out in the hands. Looking for some movement about. Gold Coast have the numbers back. Sondergeld pinpoints a little pass. Barely the 15. That mark taken by Matt Thompson, the Redland junior. He's 70 metres from goal. Looks to go long. He sees some movement there. Big pack of players from the coast. Punch it to the ground. It's picked up by Redland. Moving forward, Cleve Hughes goes for the first goal. No, it's wide. One behind results. So their best chance, Redland there. They're fourth behind, and the Gold Coast Suns 2-2-14.
Well, that's the first real lapse in the Gold Coast defence we've seen so far. They've been very, very strong.
Well, they had free or fly there, uncontested. All they needed was one of them to stay down, or just one to fly, and it didn't happen. A lack of communication down back on that occasion.
So the kick out by Warnock, well taken by Bruce. No, he's paid hands in the back. Probably fair enough. Hunter, he has Stephen just outside 50. Short little kick. Oh, was that chopping the arms? Gold Coast have the numbers. They should have worked it out, but they haven't. Who's kicked that one? I think it's Brewer. In the right forward pocket, he's somehow found the ball in his hands. And it was a really well played finish there by Brewer. He just did enough. And the Redland are able to get their first goal on the board, 1-4-10. Just behind the Gold Coast Suns, 2-2-14.
And one feels that the way Gold Coast is set up defensively is going to be really important for those smaller players of Redland to get front and centre of their forwards, because Gold Coast is just getting numbers behind the ball, looking to kill the contest on every occasion. But it was Brewer there who was clever, crumbed the ball and kicked a nice goal there. Much needed one as well for Redland, because Gold Coast have started this game quite well.
Applying the tackling pressure as well. Redland's got 13 tackles to the Gold Coast 5 at this present time. And the Gold Coast leading by the 4 points as the umpire will put it down in the middle. Again, an overcast day here. A little breeze about, but it's mainly coming towards the commentary box. Give that tap down to Hunter. Ball's in dispute in the middle. Oh, well extricated there from the Gold Coast. Couldn't get the boot to ball though. It's now with Thompson. Gets a handball out here to Smith. Smith chips a nice pass to the run of Pfeiffer. Takes the mark. Right on the 50-metre arc. Now, I don't know if this is beyond him. Perhaps the wind might just be a factor. He certainly, if he gets onto it, has the leg. We'll follow it right behind here. No, Nice bit of foxing. Looks to chip the pass. It was heading towards the Hughes direction. Nicely cut off there. Suns defence are on today as Timmy Sumner puts it out towards Ajita. Nice second effort there. The handball gets out to Ellis and they continue running through the middle of the ground. Couple of bounces there from Osborne. Kicks it long to the run here of Leslie. Can he pick it up? Yes, he does. Gets a handball out to Mutu. Mutu under pressure. Good pressure from the Bombers there. And they'll win the ball back as it comes back down the wing.
Underneath that is Walbers. Just too tall there for Brewer. So Walbers has Ajita all on his own. No, it's Sumner. So Sumner can play on. Chips it inside 50, but that was another poor kick by Sumner entering the forward 50. And that was just far too easy for Lovett to cut off. So he's got Reese on the outer side. Reese, handball to Howard, bursting through the traffic. He's got Scott. And the second grab, takes it pretty comfortably, leans back and puts it onto the chest. And it is a mark to Cast. So he's going to have a shot right on the 50, directly in front. Just going back to a couple of passages of play before, it was Jared Ellis who chopped off that mark inside 50, coming in from the kick of Pfeiffer and then rebounded with a couple of handballs, so that was good work by him. But this is going to be Cast on the dot of the 50, and that poses no trouble for him. And he gives the Redland Bombers their first lead of the day, taking them to 2-4-16, leading the Gold Coast Suns 2-2-14. And you just feel like as this game is starting to reach the later passages of this the first quarter, that the class of the Redland Bombers, particularly at 40, is just starting to shine through.
Well, we saw Gold Coast 2 times in succession open up the corridor, but when you miss a kick 45 out, you just ask him to have it rebounded straight back, and that's what happened then. Cass, all alone in the corridor, took an uncontested mark. And really, those turnovers just absolutely killing you every time. It's the most dangerous spot on the ground to give up the ball.
So it's Redland Bombers leading by a couple of points here late in the first term at Casheezi Park. Big jump by Bruce knocks it down. Now it's Sumner. Gets the clearance, kicks it wide, very wide, too wide in fact. It's going to roll over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in about 40 metres from goal. But again, they're not bad work in the middle there from the Gold Coast.
Their clearances have been superb so far. You can't really fault them. But once again, Sumner, that's the third time I've seen him now kick inside 50 and really not benefiting his teammates whatsoever. So this is a throw-in, just inside 50 for the Suns. Reese wins that out. Hunter, dangerous handball for Pfeiffer. Cruz is there. The big man gets down low, handballs to Ajita. Ajita spins around, finds Sumner. So this is put inside 50 by Osborne. Shade's there once again. Stays on his feet. Shade wheels onto his left. Left foot snap, and it was going to travel through, but Rogerson just did enough to take that one over for a behind, taking it to a 1-point margin. So Rogerson kicks out to the back pocket. It's going to be Smith. And he has passed through it all on his own. He can run. Little kick to Cast. Finding a bit of space. It's Cast. Inside 50 onto the hands of Hughes. Hughes again keeps his feet, recovers well. He's got Pfeiffer. He'll wheel around onto the right. Pfeiffer, absolutely easy as you like. Some of the best players in the team linking up there. And like I said before, the longer this game's going on, the quality of the Redland Bombers are really standing up, and you feel like it's just, the Suns aren't going to be able to harass them all day.
The Suns' transition defence has really lacked in the last 3 occasions. Redlands is just running the ball far too easily out of the back 50, and again made Gold Coast pay for some slow transition defence. Just gave them far too much time out of the back half there to spot up their targets.
So it hasn't been a bad first quarter at all from the Gold Coast Suns. They're only 7 points down. Disposals relatively even. You've got Redland with 12 inside 50s, the Gold Coast 9. As umpire will recall his bounce. Clear advantage there to Hunter from Redlands.
Just thought I'd point out there, the tackle count 13-5 to Redlands. 13 tackles in a quarter. They're tackling machines.
It's Bruce. Gets the ball down towards Hunt. He's just jumped on basically. He gets a free kick for too high. A couple of players over the top of him. He's looking for some movement now forward. Sees something he likes. Just bangs it long. It's a very long kick towards a dangerous spot. Good spoil there from the Bombers. Ball hits the deck now. Big Walbers. Gets to Ajita. Osborne dances around, looking for a runner. Sees Haberfield. just gets a control on it, gets tackled, then gets the ball back again. Misdirected handball though, still in dispute. Sumner gets the ball for the Gold Coast. He's slammed to the ground and there'll be a ball up. Very competitive passage of play there. Couple of ill-directed handballs under pressure. The umpire throws it up at centre half forward for the Gold Coast Suns. It's with Salter, the co-captain for the Bombers. He's tackled to the ground and will do it all again from a similar spot.
Inside 450, you can see what the Suns are trying to do. These quick handballs, trying to open up a bit of space, but just some basic skill errors letting them down so far. This will be another ball up.
And Will, with Walbers playing forward, it just allows them to leave their main ruckman Bruce behind the ball. It's the extra. So if there's a quick kick from Redlands, you can guarantee Bruce will be in bomb seat.
You're right. Bruce is basically playing a loose man in defence role at the moment. Is that a high tackle? Yes, the umpire gives it to him. So this could be one of the last shots of the quarter. We're about 27 minutes in here at Casheezi Park. And it's going to be Jack Hutchins for the Gold Coast Suns to take this kick. We're right behind it. So he's about 30 metres out. Not the toughest angle, but still an interesting angle given the breeze. It's died off a bit from the start of this quarter. So Jack Hutchins, he waltzes in, starts it right and curls it back to perfection. That's a lovely finish. And so the Gold Coast Suns, they just won't go away. They're only a point down heading into this first quarter change.
And Michael, you mentioned before, Jack Hutchins on the cusp of senior selection. There's someone they really admire at the club just because of his work ethic. He's such a hard worker. Again, at the bottom of the pack there, got rewarded for it, went back and did exactly what he needed to, which is finish off. Some good play from Gold Coast. Trailing by 1 point now, 3-4-22 to Redland. Gold Coast Suns 3-3-21.
Yeah, I agree with it. Hutchins a couple of weeks ago against Aspley, you could see in that second quarter when Aspley blew the Gold Coast away with that just 1 quarter burst, and he had a bit of ill discipline, came back very well in the second half as well. So the umpire puts it down in the middle. Bruce wins that over. Hunter gets it, heading forward for Redland. Well, that was an interesting thing. It could have been a high tackle there for Reeves. He played on, said the umpire, fair enough too, as the ball's at half forward for the Gold Coast. It's going to be picked up there by Redland. But it was Jones, in fact, gave it to Cass, scrubbed a handball forward to Hunter. Now the ball gets propelled towards the half forward line. That's a big leap at the back. Again, Hutchins. He plays on. Osborne gets it to Bruce, under pressure, tackled, bulldog. The ball goes loose to Brewer. Brewer scrubs it forward. The big fella in Walbers, is it? Leslie, sorry, kicks it towards the outer side. A mark will be taken by the Bombers.
Some Bombers now, back inside 50. Estel's underneath it. Oh, and what a contested mark by Reece Estel. Gee, it's a dangerous forward line, isn't it? When you've got players like Hughes, Estel, Zufa, Pfeiffer popping up, not many defences will be able to hold that out all day.
And what he did really well there was he jumped early to protect the drop zone, and he was always in position A there. He was never going to drop that mark once he had front position.
So we're into the 30th minute of this first quarter. It's been a very entertaining first quarter here at Casheezi Park. Estel to give Redland a small buffer heading into quarter time. It's a wobbler, and it doesn't go anywhere near the distance, so that's easily chopped off by the Suns in defence. He's got Habership out on this back flank. Sumner wants it, chopped off. Pfeiffer just gets a hand on it, but Sumner's able to collect. Handballs over the top. All Suns here. Missed the handball, but Ajita's there. So that was Osborne. Handballs off to Taylor. Blood. Small chip to Shade. Should be chopped off. Mutu's at the end of the spoil though. Mutu. And there's the siren that we were waiting for, so that wasn't going to end in anything for the Gold Coast Suns. But like I was saying, what an entertaining first quarter here at Casheezi Park. Probably climaxing with that spectacular grab and goal by Blood for the Gold Coast Suns earlier on. But goals going back and forth. You just get the feeling though that Redland, with those small bursts of play, if they're able to start to get their noses in front, this enthusiasm from the Gold Coast might slowly disappear. But at the moment, it's been a really good display by them.
It's just been the speed of the ball movement from Redland that's been key. Gold Coast have had the better of the contested situations, but just haven't made the most of it going forward. And when Redlands had the footy, they've just been able to break quickly and really kill them on the turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. Disposals around about even. Gold Coast, in fact, having a little bit more of the ball with 92 to 86, as we see. Tackles 15 to 7, as you pointed out earlier. Will Redland with those bigger bodies and that intent. Certainly, that's got to put a lot of pressure on the young Gold Coast. As we wrap up the first quarter, 3-4-22 for Redlands to 3-3-21 to the Gold Coast Suns here at Casheezi Park. This is Near Full TV, round 8.
Oh, is it?
Oh, Cameron's the other one? Yeah, so three pretty big.
Welcome back to Nearful TV. This is round 8 of Redland Bombers at home at Casheezi Park to the Gold Coast Suns. Redland leading by the solitary point, 3-4-22 to 3-3-21 at quarter time. Michael Price and Will Ralston calling with Liam Dettering and special comments. Here is Will.
So Walbers and Hunter to contest again. The Gold Coast kicking to the right of screen with the slightest of breezes this quarter. Umpire might recall that one, and he does.
Theatrical recall there, had to avoid one of the players.
Well, after we saw during the week, the umpire really hurt in that Essendon Sydney game. So he throws it up this time. Walbers wins it down. He's been good in the ruck so far. Suns try to win that clearance through Hutchins. And it's another ball up. Hutchins has been strong early.
And Walbers as well, as you pointed out, winning the tap, so giving Gold Coast a chance at least first use of the ball. You've got another tap down there, it's in dispute. Hunt, Walbers, now Osborne. Osborne through traffic, the handball back. It's going to end up now with Tyne. Tyne shoots the handball out wide to Mutu. It's back to Trask. Trask back to Mutu on the outer side. At half-back, umpire calls play on, looks to pinpoint a ball and finds Taylor, his captain, in the middle of the ground, more or less, just on the edge of the square. To the outer wing now, Mutu's run along. He has the ball. All players covered by the Redland defence, all bar that big fella on the outer side. Now the ball's going to come towards forward 50. Looks like that was a bit of a mismatch there. Ball hits the deck. Hunt is first to get there. Carmichael Hunt gets the handball away. It's picked up there by the Redland defence in Jones, tackling, and underneath him, and there'll be a ball up about 35 metres out from the Gold Coast goal.
So Walbers wins it down to Hunt on the right, well smothered there by Reese. It's landed in the hands of Herbert. He can wheel around, takes on a couple of tacklers. He has a snap, but taken pretty comfortably in defence by Redland. And Reese is there. Osborne chops it off. That was really well done by Osborne. And Liam, you touched on it earlier. I've loved his game so far. He's really impressed me.
Yeah, I think he's up to 8 touches now. They said they wanted to see the offensive side of his game. They've been really happy with the defensive side, obviously, that we saw there, and he's now getting the possessions to match as well.
So Walbers wins that one down in front of Hunter. Ajita tries to take on a tackle. Very strong tackle once again by Redland. You can't fault them on their defensive pressure. So it's going to be another ball up. No one wins the tap. High tackle. Umpire says it goes the way of Redland, so that's Hunter. He'll bang it long. Here's Zuffa. Coming from the back. Zuffa can't take the grab. Kicked inside 50 by Leslie. Lands in the hands of a couple of Suns. Here we go. That is going to be Hutchins having a shot for goal, but it goes out of bounds. But the umpire's seen a free kick. So who's that one going to, Michael?
It'll be going to Hutchins, for he was taken high as he kicked the ball, and I think the second action as well was Hunter falling into his back.
I think he also had someone dive across his legs there. Looked quite awkward.
He had a bit of everything going on by the sounds of it, Will.
WrestleMania there for a moment.
So the ball will come back to that spot, and you'll have a shot at goal from about 40 metres out. I like these games so far, Hutchins and Osborne, as you pointed out. Their intent at the ball is, I think, keeping some of the senior players from Redlands looking around.
Carmichael Hunt's another one. In the clearance situation, it's always been him first hands on the footy, and that's been the real difference in their midfield today.
So Hutchins has kicked one already for the Gold Coast. Starts that one right, it stays very right, one behind results. So we're back level at 3-4-22 apiece. We've played just less than 5 minutes of the second term here on Nearful TV. Redland bringing the ball back in.
So
Williams chips it forward. Out of bounds, it rolls over the boundary line and will be a throw in right on the 50-metre arc. As the boundary umpire had to make a fair bit of ground to get back to that contest.
So throw in now, 50 metres out from the Suns' goal. Hunter wins it down, only as far as the Gold Coast player in blood, and he's tackled right into the interchange gates. So Hunt and Osborne leading the disposals now for the Suns, 10 apiece. And it is Salter and Reese for Redland on 8. Another ball in, another contested hit out. Reese wins that clearance. Little chip onto the chest of Hughes. Hughes has Zufa running, goes back to take his kick. Not much presenting though, he only has Thompson deep at forward. So he goes shorter than that, and that's a good chop off mark. Nearly paid there to Tape. So this is Brewer inside 50. Spins around a couple of ways on the left. That's a great kick to Cast. Gee, that was a wonderful kick by Brewer. You've got to give that to him. And Cast is able to kick his second pretty easily.
And that was great running from Cast as well. You saw him in the centre here. He just sprinted down into the forward 50. He got on the end of that. As Will said, kicked his second goal. Puts Redlands back in the lead.
How about Brewer though? He could have had a blazing shot at goal on his right, but he took his time, spun around onto his left, and couldn't have been better for Cast. Didn't have to break stride.
It's always nice when you get that reward for running, isn't it? There's nothing worse than putting in all that effort not to get found by your teammate. But in that instance, as you said, Will, Brewer, great vision inside.
Disciplined play there from Brewer, and it results to a goal to the co-captain in Phil Cass. One goal is the lead to the Redland Bombers. Ball put down in the middle. Give that one to Hunter. He regathers the ball, gets a handball away under pressure from Carmichael Hunt. Hunt's putting pressure on his own player there. Osborne picks the ball up. Chain of handballs through Proust. Sumner to Haberfield. Haberfield left foot, and it's ill-directed. It's chopped off by the Bombers' defence. They've got numbers on the commentary box side. It ends up with Brad Reese. Reese takes the mark. Would be best advised to move it along. Had a few options there. Slowed it down a bit. Damien Stephen now has the ball at half back. Looks to Sondergeld. He takes the ball and he's off. Spins around onto the right foot, and that's a spearing ball. Now it's going to go inside 50, looking towards the Hughes direction. He takes the mark. Just on the 50-metre arc here, but again, not beyond him with a wind swirling down towards the road end of the ground, left of screen here.
And that was really clever ball use from Redlands. Just 3 quick chips, just advanced the ball through the middle of the ground and left the 50 wide open for Hughes just to run into all that space they created up the ground for him.
I think you mentioned it earlier, Will, when Redland do get those quick breaks, their use of the ball is sharper as Hughes comes in. Unleashes from 50, that's a good looking kick. Goal umpire didn't have to move. Cleve Hughes gets his first goal of the day, and the Redland Bombers fifth. It's 5-4-34 against the Gold Coast Suns, 3-4-22.
Just vintage Redland Bombers, really. They forced the turnover, and then some of their best ball users there just linking up with ease. And you feel like the Redland Bombers goals are much more clinical and just more disciplined than the Gold Coast. When they get their hands on it, there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, but sometimes one ill-directed kick turns it over. I think it was Haberfield who put it inside 50 and just onto the hands of the Redland Bomber who was drifting back free. So a couple of those things just killing them at the moment, because when Redland get the ball, they know how to do some damage. So this is going to be a bounce here with Redland leading by 2 straight goals. I think the ground here not doing the umpires any favours. These bounces just straying a bit. It's very sloshy out there.
Not being able to take the grass down very low after some torrential rain over the last few days around the area. So very lush underfoot.
I feel a couple of drops now, so this could get messier.
Bruce, handball now to Hunt. Hunt weaves, gets onto his right foot, scrubs it forward. The mark that should have been taken there, and a handball ill-directed there by Farley Smith. The Gold Coast butter up though. It is with Tape. Tape slaps it toward a teammate. Now it's scrub forward, Haberfield under pressure, kicks it towards the hot spot. They might have the height here. No, good punch away there from the Bombers' defence. They'll clear again. Nice work there from Rogerson. Didn't get much on the kick, so the Gold Coast able to pick it up. Distribute the handballs. Now it's Mutu, a wobbly left footer. Could fall to the advantage of a teammate. It doesn't. Ball stuck under one of them. Gets a free kick though, the Gold Coast player.
Carmichael it was.
It was Carmichael who made his way to the ground first to get that ball and was rewarded with a free kick for high contact, 35 metres out directly in front.
And that's great reward for Hunt. He's been at the bottom of every pack, and I think what's he up to now? He's up to 11 disposals, lining up for his first goal. And if he kicks this, it just cuts what's been a great start to the game. And he's really provided some leadership for his younger teammates as well. He's just been the one with his body in there leading the way.
27-year-old Carmichael Hunt. A lot of talk about whether he will in fact continue his AFL career. He's approaching the ball with intent today here, that's for sure. Comes in, 35 metres out, gets under it a bit, but it floats through. And just reward for his output so far, Carmichael Hunt. So, Gold Coast, 4-4-28, trailing by the 1 goal, 5-4-34 for Redlands here at Casheezi Park.
Yeah, good on Carmichael. Like you've been saying, really reward for effort. He's had 10 kicks out of his, so that makes it 11 kicks now out of his 13 disposals, and he's also had 3 clearances, so he's leading the ground for clearances. Can't really fault his game so far. You'd almost call him best of field.
And he has been in quite good form this year, and it's probably the most time he's spent in the midfield throughout the year, so maybe some signs they're looking to inject him at some point into the senior side.
So that's a couple of goals coming from free kicks for the Gold Coast, I think 2 of them now, but both of them justified, and you only get free kicks if you deserve them most of the time, so that brings it to a 1-goal game. Another recall from the umpire. I think it's a different umpire, but I don't want to slaughter them too much because, like I said, it's a tough gig out there to be bouncing on this surface. Redland 5-4-34 lead the Suns 4-4-28. Suns should win another clearance now.
Hutchins again.
Hutchins puts it onto the wing, but Lovett does well. He's able to gather it, and clever handball over the top to Passfield. So Rogerson on his left foot, but that only goes this far. Oh no, badly missed there by the Suns as Pfeiffer's able to get to Sondergeld. He's got Stephen just tackled and applied enough pressure there, did Hutchins.
It was Sumner, I think.
Was it Sumner? I didn't quite catch the number. So Warnock takes a kick out quite quickly onto the back flank. He's got Taylor running back into the traffic. He plays on now in front of Smith. Taylor in a couple of mines. Suns have numbers here, so they should be able to control the ball. Back inside defensive 50 is Holland. Holland to Leslie. Here's Blood. He's got Trask. So they're doing their own tempo control here, the Suns. Trask puts it long. Sumner's underneath under the spoil. He grabs his head, and the umpire gives him a free kick for a high tackle.
Could have been fortunate there, Timmy Sumner. Made it very obvious for the umpire. Plays on though, wheels around, right foot. Could be dangerous too. Front position doing it well for the Redland defence there. There's Adrian Williams, the ball in dispute again. It's stuck under a couple. The umpire, what's he going to do here? He actually could be in trouble here for holding the ball. Yes, he is. He was hovering, looking for that kick. Haberfield will get the free kick. It's Tyler Jones who was stuck underneath the ball. Haberfield puts it down. Inside 50. Big fly at the back. Carmichael Hunt crashes the pack and then butters up, picks up the pill. Can't hit it with his right foot. Redland defence under a lot of pressure and they respond. The ball hit forward. Haberfield picks it up. He gets leg. Ball stuck underneath him. Nobody will get it out. Umpire puts the whistle to his mouth. We'll have a ball up 40 metres from goal.
Well, they're not necessarily making tackles in their forward 50, but constant pressure just buzzing around, and Redland are really struggling to get clean possession. And once again, another rebound 50, just scrubbed onto the wing. Hughes meets it, can't take possession. So it's going to be rebounded, but it's a strong tackle from Reese. That's Zufa. 1-2, collects the handball back, but Warnock should cut that off, and he does. The experienced head of Matthew Warnock able to take the defensive mark. He's got Mutu out wide. Reese is there. Mutu does really well to shield the ball. Sumner, he has a couple of players running for him, including Mutu. Mutu handballs into the direction of Tape. Takes on the tackler, back to Sumner, but it's fallen to his feet. Tape can't get a boot on it. Here's Mutu once again, dives on top. Is that in the back? Umpire says no. And
it's a strange decision because if it wasn't in the back, it should have been holding the ball for diving on the footy. So I think he just went for the in-between option there.
That particular area of the ground was one area that was really holding some water, so very soft underfoot in that area.
It's like a quagmire out there.
The balls get picked up by Adrian Williams. He gets tackled and he's into Timmy Sumner too. Not happy. That's
a free
Adrian.
kick. That should be a free kick to Sumner. He's all over him now.
And you're right, he's given it.
Yeah.
Fair enough too.
Boundary umpire threw it in, but there was high contact there, and it'll go to Sumner as it's Adrian Williams from North Hobart. Lost his stuff a little bit there.
Well, the umpires did everything to try and break it up. He told the boundary umpire, throw it in, but he just took it too far, did Williams.
Sumner now with the recognisably soggy jumper. Looking for some movement. Comes inboard, chips it back to Dylan Mutu. Now Mutu. Again, not a lot of movement for him. So he decides that was, well, he tried the oozle, went for the 45-metre mongrel. Didn't come off. Now it's with Rees. Rees steps around Mutu. Here's the voice of Brewer. The handball back there. Comes back to Howard, to Zufa. Back to Howard. Good movement from the Bombers. Good kick there towards Estill. Oh, the Gold Coast Suns defence read it beautifully. That was Holland, spun around, got the handball back, and Tyne has it in the back pocket for the Gold Coast.
How was that movement by Redland? That looked devastating for a moment, but this is a kick inside 50, let them down. Taylor takes a good mark, again running back with the flight. So the Suns trying to create something here. Bounce on the outer wing, takes on the tackler, grubby kick inside 50, heaps of Bombers there. And so that's easily rebounded onto the chest of Estill. Sweeping handball out wide. He's got Salter. Cuts back. Salter. 55 metres out. Dangerous position for Hughes. And Hughes, when he's on a lead and he's honoured by a good kick, there's not much a defence can do.
It's just that open forward line again. Plenty of space for Hughes to lead into. And he's never going to get beaten on the lead like that. Once he gets that separation, Warnock's never going to catch him. He's just got great athletic capabilities to match his footballing ability.
So Cleve Hughes. He's going to be lining up for his second goal here. His first coming about 5 minutes ago. 30 metres out, easy angle, easy as you like. Hughes is a devastating goal kicker when he's on his day, and so far looks to be that way. So the margin gets put out to 6-5, 41, 4-4, 28, 13-point lead to the Redland Bombers here at Casheezi Park.
And it's not just at NEFL level he's shown he can kick goals. During his time in the AFL, I think he had a haul of 6 goals when he was at Richmond, and just over the last couple of years in the NEFL, he's probably been the key forward, maybe along with Darren Ewing, who's really lit up the NEFL competition.
He shared the mantle of being one of Dermot Brereton's favourite players at one stage when he was at Richmond, did Cleve Hughes. Still wax lyrical about him in the commentary. But they've done well there, the Redland Bombers, and again, when they do move it, they move it with some clinical nature. It's just a matter of getting all of those bit parts to come together for one big act. As the ball goes forward for the Gold Coast Suns, to half forward in fact, it's going to be in dispute. Sumner now, no, it's a Jeter. Doubles back, gets a handball just to Osborne, can't get a handle on it. He's under pressure there from Brad Rees. Ball stuck under Osborne, what's the umpire going to do? Hugs himself, says we'll ball it up, just in between the wing and half forward, commentary box side for the Gold Coast Suns. Throw up there from the umpire. Bruce over the back of Hunter. Gets it down. Howard scrubs it forward. Cass for Redlands. Gets the handball away. It's slapped away from Jones there by the Gold Coast defence. Tackled down. The ball still in dispute. Now the Gold Coast have it. They take it to the outer wing. Still moving it forward. The chipping ball's going to find Taylor, the captain. He plays on quickly. Has a mark inside 50 in blood. 45 metres out on a tight angle.
And that mark of his in the first quarter really lit up the game, didn't it? It set the stage for what's been a really good contest here so far. Lining up for his second now, I believe.
So here he comes. It is a tight angle, unloads. Nice looking right foot kick. Goal umpire does a little bit of work, but not much at all. Thanks for coming, Robert Blood. His second goal today. They've both been rippers.
He's putting in a pretty good audition, isn't he, to get a spot on the Gold Coast list next year in the draft if he keeps playing like this. Showing all his skills for us today.
Just been a highlights reel of Robert Blood today. That takes it back to a 7-point margin, and they need to kick those goals because the Redland Bombers, they're starving them of opportunities. So as long as they can keep staying in touch like this within a couple of goals, they're always going to be a chance. And that was a wonderful finish by Robert Blood. How many disposals is he on now? He's had 10, 2 goals, 2, including Mark of the Week.
Mark of the week and goal of the day in the same play. Not bad.
So, Bruce and Hunter. Bursting through the pack there was Seb Tape. A couple of bodies being bumped around. Top of the 50 for the Suns. 3 players tackling there, and the umpire goes for another ball up.
It's that intent on putting the body on that is lifting the Gold Coast. Some of their more experienced players, Osborne, 24 years old from Frankston, just putting that extra bit in, helping his younger teammates. The ball goes forward, inside 50, punched away towards goal from Blood. Now this could be interesting. Walbers, does he get his foot to it? Yes!
How clever was that though? Just tapped it on. Knew he was going to get tackled if he took possession, just flicked it on. Walbers showed a bit of turn of speed there for a ruckman, got there first, socketed it through from the goal square. And another really important piece of play from Robert Blood. He's been outstanding today for the Gold Coast.
Absolutely brilliant work from Robert Blood there. I didn't think Walbers was going to make it, but he has very big strides there for a fellow who's about 6'6", 6'7". That'll do me.
Galloping giraffe towards that goal line. But you said it again, Blood doesn't get a stat for that, but he completely set that goal up. And the tackle count will show that Redland are still doubling the tackles of the Gold Coast, but the 1% account will be very interesting because it's been constant pressure from Gold Coast. A lot of harassment. Another wayward bounce.
Look at the disposal count. The Gold Coast Suns, 161 to Redland's 126, and Redland's holding sway by a point, so when they do get the ball, they're sharper with it. The Suns can just get crisper with their ball. They've got the intent at the moment.
Yeah, it tells a story, doesn't it? Another clearance for the Gold Coast. Very high kick. No one's underneath it, so it's going to bounce in front of a few players. Howard onto the left, but Hunt's going to be the first one to meet it. Hunt in front of Brewer. Wins the ball easily, Hunt. Well done. Gives it to Osborne. He swings around. He's got Hunt again. Hunt can spin around and bang it inside 50, and he does, but it's a poor kick. It was a blind kick, and it landed too easily for Rogerson, and he's got Salter out wide. Salter to Estel. Lands at his feet. Tyne is there to tackle. Hasn't gone out. The umpire's going to... Oh, no. Just spilled out to the benefit of Salter. Zuffa. Well chopped off there by the Gold Coast. They can keep paddling it forward here. 20 minutes into this second quarter. Redland leading by a point. Haberfield's there. Redland are able to work it out. He bangs it to the other end of the ground. Thompson's underneath it, can't take a mark. And once again, the Suns are able to rebound. Mutu's here, as is Sumner. Good spoil over the top by Williams. Somehow, Cass gets his hands on it. He puts it inside 50 to Thompson. Oh, it's a poor spoil, poor decision there by the Gold Coast. Howard's there, handballs over the top. Hughes should kick this. Oh, that is unlucky for the Gold Coast, but the experience of Redland able to finish the job.
That's inexcusable in the back 50 though. You've really got to kill that contest. The spoil did nothing. It sort of just went 2 metres to the side. Hughes, they had a stream of players running through and it was Hughes who got on the end of it and kicked his 3rd goal of the day. Yeah, but how good was Cass in the middle there as well? It was him and Hunt, and Redland just needed someone to stand up in that contested situation. And of course it'd be Phil Cass, one of their leaders, one of their senior players, who's been a really good contributor to the club for a long period of time now.
So the winless Gold Coast Suns still well and truly in touching distance. It's 7-5-47 for Redland, leading the Gold Coast Suns 6-4-40. Late in this second quarter, about 24 minutes in.
So the umpire will bang it down in the middle again. Ruck contest falls in favour of the Bombers. Oh, Pfeiffer, brilliant piece of work. Dances around a couple as well, gets his right foot to it. Big contest, ball hits the deck. Estel tries to get it out to Zuffa. It was chopped off there by Tyne, but now intercepted again by the Bombers. Pfeiffer's going to end up with it in the middle. He gets it inside the square, sees somebody he likes, chips it towards Zuffa, who takes the mark 40 metres out on a tight angle. 30 metres out, we'll give him that.
And Michael, the only concern I feel for the Gold Coast at the moment is the Redlands haven't got a lot from a number of their key players. Pfeiffer hasn't had too much of the ball, seen him with a couple of key touches there, and the other one's Zuffa, who's looked a little bit rusty, understandably, on his return from a long absence. But if he can put this through, all of Gold Coast works sort of come undone.
So 7 points the margin so far. Zuffa lines up. That starts left and stays there, so one behind. So the Redland Bombers 7-6-48 lead the Gold Coast Suns 6-4-40.
Well, like I alluded to earlier, these momentum swings, as soon as Redland get on a roll, they're really able to punish teams. And we seem to be in the middle of one now. So if the Gold Coast can hold out for the rest of this quarter, they'll be very strong heading into the second half. But that kick-out's going to be chopped off by Redland. Thompson's here in the forward pocket, but that's going to roll out of bounds. Still only an 8-point lead. Zoof will be disappointed with that kick. Throw in, 40 metres out from Redland's goal. One out of the ruck. Gruer's there, as is Cars. Left foot kick by Lovett, and that's going to travel just outside of the boundary, the behind post, sorry, for a boundary throw-in.
Not a bad result in the end. They've got the stoppage deep inside their 450. If they can capitalise here, how long have we gone this quarter?
Yeah, well, it's late. 25 minutes
25 on the
gone.
dot.
Throw in. It's tapped down. Redlands put it forward through Thompson. It's intercepted by Gold Coast, and they'll put it forward. Nice strong mark. Good hands from Phil Lovett. Takes the mark just outside 50. He's got every player on the paddock just about in front of him. Not a lot of room for movement, but he sees something he likes, heads it in that direction. That's a good, strong defensive mark taken there by Jack Leslie for the Gold Coast. They're away. The ball through Haberfield. He wants to play and gets the handball away. Now it's going to go to the outer wing. Shade has made his way there. Has some runners. Looks to the lead, and that's a good, strong mark taken by Seb Tate. Tate wants to change play. No, gets the handball back now to Hunt. Hunt confronted. Goes towards the outer wing. Well delivered. Mark taken there. Again, the Gold Coast more deliberate. They're not slicing them up when Redlands do get the ball. They are moving it quicker with more precision. Big kick inside 50. Pack forms punch forward. Ajita now. Hutchins kicks it towards the hot spot. What will happen here? Punched away, Cass. Nice defensive work for the Bombers, and 1 point for the Gold Coast. So 48 plays 41 as the Bombers bring it back into play through Zuffa.
So Zoof, he's got Gruer free, and Gruer takes the mark, and he's able to chip further forward to Stephen. Damien Stephen, a lot of players yelling at him. Who does he kick to? Elects to go to Hughes in front of Warnock. Was he held? And yes, he was. Justified too, but play on. Oh no! They will regret that decision. Reece Estel. Oh.
You just have to shake your head and ask why, though, because Hughes had an easy set shot at goal and decided to run towards the boundary, try the impossible dribble kick.
He went for a Leon Davis special when Hughes would have had the easiest of set shots to kick his fourth. That's a great contested mark there on the outer side for the Gold Coast. Play inside 50, inside the centre square. Ajita ducks around a couple. How far has he run? Handballs out wide to Haberfield. He's somehow able to get boot on ball, and that's going to travel out of bounds on the full.
Well, he might have been slung there and kicked it out of bounds on the full, but I've seen him play a couple of times as the top up, Haberfield, and I like the way he goes about it. Not a hell of a lot about him, but he gets himself to where the ball is, as one famous commentator used to say. It's Pfeiffer for the Bombers on the outer wing. Long kick towards the Zuffa direction. Gets a second grab. Well done from Zuffa. Takes that mark right on 50. Sees something at centre forward. Good running there from Luke Scott. Nice pass, honours that. 45 metres out on a slight angle now.
Some of these younger Gold Coast bodies just starting to tire in the end of this first half, so like I said, they really need to hold out here. If they can maintain this 8-point margin, it's going to be promising, but Scott now is going to try to extend that lead. 50 metres out. Bangs it on target. How far is it going to travel? Far enough. Well done by Luke Scott. That is a beautiful finish. And once again, a standard clinical Redland goal. A few kicks inside 50, weighing up for the strongest option and finishing in the hands of a quality finisher.
Well, he just got it out the back there, didn't he? It was poor minding from Gold Coast. You can't let people run through the 50 like that. He was just uncontested, took the mark, went back to the 50 and slotted it beautifully.
So it was late in the first term that Redland scored those 3 late goals, and they've pulled on another 3 late in this term to have that 14-point lead.
Zuffa, Cass and Salt are the leading possession getters for Redland, as Hunt is the leader on the ground with 16 and Taylor has 15 for Gold Coast.
You'll be happy that Osborne's got his 14 there too, Liam, as another wayward bounce will be called back. As you say, well, some hard work in the centre circle here. The ground very lush. It's retained a bit of water, so would be very heavy underfoot and taxing towards the end of each quarter, especially for the younger legs. Throw up in the middle. Wolber's done some good ruck work today. Back towards Hutchins. Ball stuck underneath him, and we'll have another ball up in the outer of the two centre circles. Just favouring the Gold Coast end of the ground. Now still in dispute. Bombers will get it out now. It was with Scott. Andrew. Ball now hits the deck. Again, it's in dispute. Good tackling in tight there from the Gold Coast. That one there from James Holland. Trying to make up from that spoil a little earlier that caused the goal. Slap down there. Salter kicks it forward. Cass under pressure. Was he grabbed without it? He punches it forward, then regains it. Back to Salter. Inside 50. Here comes Hughes. Big leap. Punched away by Warnock to Shade. Back to Warnock. He's going to go back to Shade with the handball. Little chipping ball. Looking for a Jeter who turned it over. Passfield's got the ball. Puts it inside to Rees. Rees now looking ahead. Sees the movement. He wants to give it back to Passfield. No, it's not. Sorry, it's Josh Smith who snuck down into that forward pocket. 30 metres out on a tight angle.
Basic skill error coming out of defensive 50.
Turnovers will kill you.
And you can't do that against Redland.
More disposals of the ball again. The Gold Coast 183, 186 plays 160, but they've got to hit their target. As Smith comes in, kicks it towards the left goal post, and it just fades, and one behind results. We've got 8-8, 56 against 6-5, 41 very late in the second term.
Yeah, very late in the second term now, about 31 minutes.
And something that Josh Fraser, I think, has noticed is that at the back end of the quarters, Redland's been running it out stronger. So he's put the loose man back in Henry's shade. They've moved him back. So I think that's good coaching just to try and give them a bit of assist.
Yeah, good call. He's got blood out wide, does Shade. He can run here. Maybe one last roll of the dice for the Gold Coast. To the advantage of Wolbers. He beats Williams to it. Should just paddle it out of bounds, and he does. You can see Fraser barking orders at the interchange staff for the Gold Coast. Throw in here, Williams is there, as is Wolbers. Tap down by Wolbers only goes as far as the Redland Bombers, so Salter puts it to the advantage of Josh Smith. Had that last shot at goal. Smith to Hughes. What a kick and what a mark. And there's the siren just as he was lining up and kicking it to Stephen. And Stephen's not happy. He karate chops it straight up in the air. And so as the kids run out for half time, it is Redland 8-8-56 leading the Gold Coast 6-5-41, 15-point margin. But for the second best Queensland team in the NEAFL versus bottom of the ladder, it's been a very competitive first half.
And maybe the Gold Coast form, some of the results hasn't quite been reflective of how they've played this year. They've been in games against some quality opposition. They only lost by 6 goals to the Thunder earlier in the year. They were right in the game after quarter time against Aspley, and here it's only been the back end of quarters where Redland sort of got separation.
And interesting for Tom Salter and Carmichael Hunt, both with 16 disposals, the leading disposal getters for either side. But again, the Gold Coast are getting more of the ball. What are they doing with it? They're chipping it about, sometimes turning it over. When Redlands get the ball, they're sharper with their disposals. And they're heavier with their tackling too. As you say, Will, 28 tackles to 16 in that first half. Redland with the bigger bodies, you would think would be putting a little bit more pressure on the younger Gold Coast list. But they're fighting through it. They're only 14 points down when perhaps it could have been a lot worse.
So we're going to leave you at a soggy Casheezi Park here on Sunday afternoon. It is the Redland Bombers leading the Gold Coast Suns by 15 points. See you after the halftime break.
Just in 1, 2. One, two.
How many stars is there?
Check. 1, 2, 3.
What's wrong with jelly beans?
Stand by, we'll be crossing soon for the resumption of play. Good afternoon and welcome back to Nearful TV Round 8. You've got the Redland Bombers hosting the Gold Coast Suns here at Casheezi Park. Michael Price is my name. I've got Will Ralston with me calling the game, and Will, well, after being 1 point in front at quarter time, Redland went out to a 15-point lead, but the Gold Coast Suns are quitting themselves quite well today.
They're clinging in there, they deserve to be. I mean, they've been demolishing the disposal count, but just a few small errors letting them down. And when Redland are able to force a turnover, they're very clinical going forward and kicking some simple goals. But we'll start this third quarter. Redland kicking to the right of screen. Once again, Hunter and Walbers to contest. Bit of a neutral win there. Cast little boot out of the middle. Brewers on the end of it, on the wing position. Mootsy reckons he smothered it. Umpire agrees, so Williams plays on. Little chip inside 50. That's a good start to the quarter for Redland. So Zufa on the left, puts it to a dangerous position right in the middle. Hunter! It looked like it was going to be his from the second it left Zufa's boot. He takes, for someone his height, a relatively simple grab.
And just another move we've seen early. Williams has been switched forward by Greg Seaton-Lonsdale, so it'll be interesting to see how that matchup pans out. But Hunter, just a big, strong figure, took the mark there, should go back and convert here. To extend Redland's lead early in this third quarter.
Well, it'll be the ideal start for Redland if he does. Big Paul Hunter. Oh, he's pushed it left, has he? Yes. Goal umpire had to do a fair bit of work there. So it's a disappointing finish. They have now kicked more behinds than goals as they move out to 8-9-57. Warnock, long kick. Oh! Nearly a big mark on the outer side, but Salter's able to pick up the scraps. Warnock nearly with another strong defensive mark. Ball's bobbling around. Umpire wants to pay a ball up, and he does eventually.
As an experienced player, though, Warnock really should have killed that situation. He ran himself under the ball there, and in the end, stuffed up what should have been a pretty simple mark.
So ball up taken by Redland's chip forward, and that is Matt Thompson, who takes a simple chest mark off the scrub kick forward and pops it through for a goal. Redland's on the board early in the third term. 9-9-63, plays 6-5-41, 22 points the margin.
And unfortunately, as we saw there, Warnock doesn't get away with his mistake. He's punished for it. Got the clearance inside 50, and Redland's banged through the all-important first goal of this third quarter. As we've seen in the start of the other two quarters, Gold Coast have started well before fading later, and they'll be in for all sorts of trouble here if they let Redland get away early.
I don't know how someone as dangerous as Matt Thompson was able to get 10 metres on the contest there. It was one of the simplest goals he would have kicked in his career. So yeah, like you're saying, Liam, Gold Coast really need the next because this game could really slip away from them.
Another recall bounce there. Just a side note, these recall bounces have basically gone to the right-hand side. Just saying.
Thank you, Michael. So this will be a replay.
Just saying, perhaps we need to look at the ball going a little flatter and a bit too much pressure on the right hand from the umpire.
I think we just need to put the bounce away today. Apart from the first of the day, we haven't seen one go up.
Well, at what point do they decide that it needs to happen? As Reese bursts out from the contest, handball lands at the feet, another few tackles, could be high. No, umpire wants to see it play on. Maybe the centre circle's on the slope, perhaps.
Being a little facetious, it's just the umpire perhaps is just best advised in the middle. It's a bit soft underfoot. Redland moving the ball now nicely. Howard puts on the afterburners, gets to the 50-metre arc, unloads Hughes.
That is
Just
some
reels
sort of
it in.
transition.
They move it quickly. Hughes wants to play on, uses the left shoe and just bangs it through for his fourth goal. And the Bombers have started this third term very impressively indeed. They're 10th on the board, 10-9-69, play 6-5-41 at Casheezi Park.
Well, the start of this second half is how I personally imagined the start of the first half was going to go, with Redland doing as they please. So it would be really disappointing if the Gold Coast were to slip away now because their first half was very impressive. A lot of key players stood up for them.
I don't really envy Warnock's task today. He's got a really difficult matchup there on Cleve Hughes. And it's impossible for him to defend one out. Maybe Gold Coast need to look at putting an extra behind the ball just to sit in that hole because he's had so much space to work in. And he's kicked 4 goals today. Really, he's almost been the difference up forward.
Well, he should have kicked 5 if we remember that one that was stolen off him in the second quarter. holding free kick paid there. Redland will win this one. So Stephen chips it to the lead of Williams. Was he shoved? Umpire says play on. Williams takes it on, handballs into a bit of space, but the Gold Coast will clean this up easily. Oh, that has been chopped off brilliantly. So Redland win it back. Sondergeld turns it over. Sumner on the left. It's like he was trying to pick out Lovett. Really strange kick. Lovett crosses back inside. Stephen. He's got Thompson on the lead. That's well chopped off by the Gold Coast defence. He's got Hunt running, but he elects to handball back to Wolbers. That's been turned over once again, so these skill errors really starting to creep in now. Redland send it wide. There's a great kick onto the chest of Cass. He's got Hughes. No, Zufa, sorry. So the Gold Coast trying to retreat back into defence. That's a great kick by Zufa. Oh, Estill dropped a mark that he would have usually taken. So the Gold Coast are able to bounce back. Here's Osborne. Sprinting through is Herbert. Takes a bounce. Takes on a couple of tackles. That's really well done by Herbert. Puts it to the advantage of Shade. Scott and Shade. This matchup has been interesting all day. Shade. Handballs back. Just not enough on it. Would have been a good goal. And now Redland are able to bounce back.
Rogerson tries to pinpoint the ball there to Jones. Doesn't take the mark. Reeves picks it up. Shoots a handball wide. Punch forward now. Gold Coast have got this covered through Sumner. Sumner onto the right foot, tries a chipping ball, not good enough. Floats towards Hutchins. Hutchins belts it back towards the middle. Hunt taken without the ball, appeals for the free kick, nothing doing. Now the Suns through Osborne. Long left foot kick towards the pocket. It'll bounce just inside the boundary line, roll over for a throw in next to the point post, with the Suns trailing by 28 points early in the third term. Throw in. 2 up in the contest for Redland. Slap it down towards Sondergeld. It's picked up there by Mutu. He's tackled. Ball stuck underneath those two. And we'll have a ball up about 30 metres out. 25 metres out. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I've really liked Osborne's game.
Got a few touches. 17 disposals for the match. Equal leader with the Gold Coast.
So Stephen to Reese. Redland bang it back outside 50. But that's only going to go as far as Holland. He does really well there in front of Brewer. Holland, straight back from where it came from. Hutchins is there. Was he
Not
shielded
sure if that
out?
was the right option though. He just needed to lower the eyes a bit.
So another intercept. We're just going back and forth here for a moment. That is well done by Hutchins. Gets a hand on it. Redland are able to recover. It's a comfortable mark on the back flank. Onto the chest of Zufa. Still running with Smith. Goes further down the line to Hughes. Obviously the dangerous Cleve Hughes. He's kicked 4 goals, 1 so far. Puts it inside 50. Mutu's there. Should be a mark to Wolbers, but the umpire says no, doesn't matter. Wolbers is able to pick it up and puts it out wide to Warnock. So Warnock, right back flank for the Gold Coast. 28 points down now. They really need the next one. Couple of options here. They'll just hang on to the ball for a moment. Herbert's leading, and he'll get this kick. The captain, Taylor, is in the middle. Not much happening here for the Gold Coast. So Herbert just bangs it long. Just outside forward 50. Sumner's there. Gets a hand on it, but Sondergeld is able to clean it up too easily for Redland. Through Scott and Smith. They've worked this out well, and Scott is going to be able to rebound this outside of 50.
So Scott gets on the right foot, looks to the run here of his teammate. Can't find him. And that was Estill running the ball over the line in front of Tyne. In front of the commentary box here, got Redland leading by 28 points. Played close to 10 minutes of the third term here. Near full TV, round 8, Victoria Point, home of the Redland Bombers. Casheezi Park now set down by Hunter. Brewer gets it forward, picked up by Taylor. The handball to Haberfield, to the run of Hunt, injecting himself there. Well played, Sondergeld. Chips it around the corner. Hunter couldn't drag it in. Ball goes over the boundary line, and another throw in there.
Just another example. There were Suns streaming for the ball there, and one skill error, an errant handball by Haberfield, and now we're back into this neutral position. So at centre wing, we have a throw in.
That's Bruce. Hits it down. Ends up with Osborne again. Kicks it long inside 50, just near the boundary line. Oh, well played there by Luke Scott, who disguised it well, but the boundary line always in tension there, Will.
And that's sort of been the theme of the day, I think. Gold Coast have had all the clearances, but sometimes it's not all about quantity and sometimes about quality. A lot of their clearances have been sort of low percentage.
So Osborne once again breaks a tackle, handballs out wide. He's got Connor Riley. Back to Hunt, under a bit of pressure. What can he do? Swings around a couple of ways. He's done well there, Hunt, and that's a good centering kick. Well done, Carmichael Hunt. Ellis likes to play on, and that's a clever option. So they'll have a relatively simple set shot here. It's in the hands of... I can't quite make up the number.
Wouldn't be Blood again, would it?
It couldn't be Blood. He'll become a cult hero at this stage. Nah, but he's pushed it right. And it was Blood, you're right. That would have been a really significant goal if Blood could have put that through, but he's only able to cut it back to a 27-point margin, so about a 5-goal lead to Redland. Thompson on the end of the kick out. That's a poor kick from Thompson though. Carmichael should have taken the mark, but Cast regathers. High kick to Salter. Haberfield's there, but he's shielded out by Salter. And he's paid it. And I think that's a fair free kick. So Haberfield, he's got Carmichael free, but he plays on. Goes inside 50. One-on-one contest. Riley's there. Gruel's able to work it out. Has Reese on the back flank. Williams is here. And he sees it travel over the boundary line right in front of the commentary box.
So we have the Bombers leading by the 27 points. And some good output there from their co-captains in Salter, Cars and Zufa. All three of them are leading possession getters. Good hit down by Pruce. Handball forward by Hunt, taken by Ajita. He in turn taken by Andrew Scott from the Bombers. The ball spills forward now. Smith underneath it. Getting a little bit of niggle involved here too, Liam.
And we might see Gold Coast with the advantage in the ruck now. They've had to throw Williams in. Obviously, Malone's still out with that ankle injury. Bit undersized in the ruck, although he did win that hit out.
So Pruce did have the advantage, but Williams did well. The ball's in dispute. Umpire said player taken without the ball was Darcy Trask. He's got it at wing for the Gold Coast. Looks to go backwards to pinpoint. Reading it nicely was Hughes. Spoiled it towards Garua. The handball now. Cass gets it forward and butters up again. Spins around. Back to Grua from 45 metres. Screws it around. Punch forward there by Warnock. And it's picked up by... It was Leslie for the Gold Coast tackled. Crowd says ball. Everybody around did. Now it spills forward. Redland kicked it towards the goal square. Who's going to be there? Cleve Hughes.
Yes, so.
Takes the mark. About 5 metres out, slide angle, and he's been everywhere to receive those kicks when they get scrubbed forward, Cleve Hughes.
Lining up for number 5 now. Gold Coast, all their numbers had run forward and Hughes had just waited back. Got the mismatch, took an easy mark and should go back a relatively tight angle, but should kick his 5th goal.
So Hughes on the slide angle with the right foot. Makes the umpire work a little, but not too much, and pops it through for his 5th and the Bombers' 11th. 11-9-75. Plays 6-6-42. Neefle TV, round 8.
Well, it all comes back, if we rewind a minute, it all comes back to that turnover. I think it was Darcy Trask. He was given an advantageous free kick on the wing here, and they've had a couple. The umpires almost trying to keep them back in the game, but they're just not taking advantage, and that kick was a very poor option. I think it was Estel that came over the top and created a relatively simple turnover. And
it was a great tackle by Howard too to keep that ball locked in, because it looked like it was coming out, but just that tackle, the pressure, found the loose man in Hughes, who went back and kicked his 5th goal of the day. Worrying signs here for the Gold Coast.
So Andrew Smith going up in the ruck now for Redland. Ball going forward for the Gold Coast. Kick out of the centre. It's a good tackle by Sumner. It's a turnover. Blood puts it high. Underneath it once again is Shade and Scott. But it's a goal for Robert Blood. Can you believe it? That's his 3rd goal. That didn't look like anywhere near scoring when it went up. Just a helicopter floating through the air, and it's hovered beautifully for the Gold Coast. And that instant reply is just what they needed. But still, 27-point margin. They'll need a few more of those opportunistic goals to sail through if they want to get back into this contest in the last quarter.
It's been a great performance by Blood, obviously a member of the Queensland state side, showing exactly why there's such high praise for him as well. It's been a terrific performance as a top-up player, done pretty much everything you could ask of him, he's created everything up forward. I think he's kicked 3 goals too, hasn't he? Or
3 and 13 disposals, not bad.
How's that for efficiency?
27 points the margin though in favour of Redlands. Bruce with his height advantage, taps it down to himself, gets it forward. Now it's Osborne also racking up the stats. Just gets the outside of the boot, kicks it slightly forward. Trask, he tries to measure it back to the run of Osborne. He did well, who actually ended up kicking it out of bounds on the full. As he rolled, the ball rolled with him.
He can't believe it.
I don't think he even saw it, but that'll do.
Just conferring here, the umpires. It's a very unlucky free kick if they pay it. Oh, he's giving it to Osborne. Oh, an outrage from the crowd. No, I agree with them.
Well,
I don't know how that got turned around.
The opposite. So Osborne kicks it long inside forward 50. Still nonplussed by that decision. Brewer picks it up. He's tackled high and will get the free kick. That will relieve the pressure for the Redland Bombers.
Bit of justice there for the Redland faithful.
That decision happened right in front of the Redland clubhouse too, and they certainly let people know what was going on. Long kick from Brewer. Good fly out the half-back line from Estill, toes it forward over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in on the outer side.
Well, that was an amusing passage of play, wasn't it? I'm glad the goal wasn't conceded, to be honest, because that was blatantly incorrect. But the umpires have been good today.
Difficult conditions for everybody. As I say, soft underfoot for the players, a lot of congested possession, so the umpires really have their work to do.
Yeah, definitely. Suns are able to win this clearance. Only goes as far as Salter. Chain of handballs. That's a good tackle there by the Gold Coast, and they've caused another turnover. Just showing a bit of fight here. They need the next goal. Mutu at the feet of it. He's got a Jeter out wide. He's able to pick it up, met by some strong tackles, but Haberfield, and another errant handball from Haberfield. He's very lively. He's a very bubbly player, but if he was able to sharpen up a couple of those disposals, they would have created a bit more than they have so far. So this is going to be a ball in. I think you said before with Adrian Williams going up in the ruck, the Suns have a bit of an advantage here. I think that Hunter's the only recognised ruckman for the Redland Bombers today, so it could prove a telling matchup in this second half.
Well, he has been for most of the season, Will. I think it was against the Lions, was it, that Malone went down? And he's still, I think, about a month and a half away from returning to any football action.
They're doing well now. The Bombers actually at half back. Could have been a free kick pulled out there. No, the Gold Coast Suns kick it inside 50. The ball bounces freely. Shade now picks it up. Gets the handball away. Picked up by Howard for the Bombers. Gets it back to Salter. Salter tries to get rid of the pressure. It ends up going to be in the hands of Timmy Sumner. Sumner sees a couple of men across the half-forward line. It was a good kick. Well controlled in the end. Could have taken in the one hand. That was nicely done by Riley. Handball forward. Osborne, who's been very lively today, chips it with the left foot and finds his teammate in Trask. Trask from 40 metres towards the goal square. I don't know whether he was trying to pass it to Robert Blood there or have a ping. Regardless, it went through for a behind. 11-10-76, play 7-6-48.
Well, I think the game plan of kick it to Blood isn't the worst option at the moment. He's barely done a thing wrong today. Brewer, rebounding from 50. He's got Scott, back to Brewer. It's a good kick to Hughes. G. Hughes is a dominant figure on the lead, isn't it?
It looks like they have made the change now. It looks like Leslie's gone to Hughes. We'll see if that has any impact.
So Hughes finds his co-captain in Cars. Discipline kick to Salter, the other co-captain. 1 of 3. Just outside 50. Weighs up his options, dances around the opponent, puts it to the pocket, just out of bounds on the full, I believe. No, the boundary umpire thinks it stayed in. He's probably got a better view than I.
He's going to put him outside the fence here, I think.
Yeah, well, if it was a mark, it was centimetres inside, so it's going to be a difficult kick for Reece Estill. Right in the sloshy pocket. On the left, keeps it low. Doesn't go through for a score, just misses the spoil there, does Walbers. It's going to be a ball up.
He looks quite ungainly at times, doesn't he, Will Walbers? Just the big giraffe.
We've definitely got a couple of tall timbers there in the ruck, the Gold Coast with Bruce and Walbers.
Sumner goes up. Is that a free kick? Very similar to Mitch Robinson in the qualifying final last year, if you remember that, when he went up and scored it over the boundary line. Over the goal line, sorry. So it's going to be a free kick to Redland. Oh no, it's not. I don't even know the rules. It should be a ball up at the top of the goal square, shouldn't it? Every umpire giving their opinion. What are they paying?
So after the conference, there's going to be a free kick to,
So-
it looks like Stephen. No, back to Williams now.
So was that paid as a deliberate behind?
Deliberate through for a behind is the
Okay.
adjudication. So
Interesting.
Adrian Williams now at 6s and 7s. The Gold Coast boys putting a lot of pressure on. He plays on, tries to get the outside of the right shoe. I think it's just held in for a behind.
Put that in the next suburb.
11-10, 76 plays 7-7, 49. So
Interesting minute of football there.
a couple of comedic decisions going on today, but again, that's indicative of the conditions as well.
And now Warnock not happy with the replacement footy. He had waits for the old one to come back into play.
So,
Got a feel for the old footy.
so Warnock to kick out. He's got Ellis. Good kick from Warnock. At a 50-metre lead. Ellis has Farley Smith, the former Redland bomber. He puts it to a wing, just a floater, and Zufa should have snaffled that. Haberfield tries to earn back his handball. Good tackle by Haberfield, and that's going to be a ball up on the right forward flank for the Redland Bombers.
Seems to have just been a little bit of drop-off intensity from both sides. Just really need someone to step up and put their stamp on the game. Maybe it can be fine.
And as you say it, Pfeiffer bursts out of the pack. Hughes to Thompson on the left. Can't quite get enough shape on it. But if anyone was going to step up with a bit of class, it's going to be Darren Pfeiffer. So now Sumner. What can he do in this back pocket? That's a massive kick. That's an 80-metre kick out of defence.
Oh, good grab.
Grab by Rogerson. Swings around onto his left. Handles over the top to Thompson. Just missed that last goal. Sondergeld, sorry. Back to Rogerson. To the hot spot. But Warnock and Osborne are out the back here. Goes to Trask. Back to Osborne. Left foot kick onto the wing. That's a great kick. Oh! Should have been a mark. Taylor. And he gets tackled out of bounds. Right in front of us here.
Just looks like Zufa stayed down a bit sore after that contest. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, so we'll keep an eye on that.
It could be some of the American food, wasn't it? We've been away for about 3 or 4 weeks. Came back from holidays, throw in front of us. Cruised in between 2 bombers, gets it down. Kick forward by Reese. Bounces in front of Hutchins, controls it. And then tackled over the boundary line by Howard. A little bit of a lull in the game. As you say, some of the intensity just coming in spurts when required. Another throw in. Hunter is battling manfully against Cruz. I'll give that one to him. Sondergeld picks it up under enormous pressure. Kicks it inside 50. Pack descends. Oh, it's done. Thompson from 25. Does beautifully. And kicks his second goal for the match. The Bombers have got their 12th. 12-11. 83 play 7-7, 49.
And that was just really clever football there from Thompson. It looked like he could have run back with the flight, got the call out, was on hand with the crumbs, ran into an open goal, and extended Redland's lead now. It's starting to get, more than worrying for Gold Coast. It's looking like Redland are looking likely to run away with the game here as it stands.
Well, it's always what we expected, wasn't it? It is last place, first, fourth. But Thompson is a devastating goal sneak up forward. That's his second now.
So Redland overtaking the Gold Coast now in disposals, whereas the Gold Coast had more of the ball but butchering it. Redland's now 249 disposals to the Gold Coast 239, and still maintaining that tackling average. 35 tackles, plays 19.
Yeah, it's been a very dominant quarter so far. Gold Coast might just win this clearance. Hunt tries to lay a tackle on Grua. This goes back to Ellis. Oh, how's that for a smother by Stephen? The Suns still win the ball back. Herbert, Hutchins. Another wonderful tackle. That should be holding the ball, and it's paid. Sondergeld does the clever thing and holds the ball up. So Stephen, how's that for a couple of defensive efforts? Really deserved the ball there. And that's a good kick. That is a wonderful kick.
Guess who as well as Thompson again.
He's finding all the space in the world in this forward line, and he's going to line up for his third goal.
He's already kicked the 2 this quarter very widely, hasn't he?
But it was just great play from Stephen, as you mentioned, Will. A superb double effort in defence, first to smother, then the tackle to create the turnover, and then just laced out Thompson, who'd found a little area of space inside that forward 50.
So Thompson, slight angle, 45-degree angle, 30 metres out, easy as you like. Well done, Matt Thompson. That's his third for the quarter. And like we've been saying, this margin is just starting to stretch out to danger territory now. 40 points as 13-11-89 Redland lead the Gold Coast Suns 7-7-49.
5 goals 2 this quarter to the Bombers, to the Gold Coast Suns 1 goal 2. So definitely starting to put the pedal down as far as the scoreboard pressure goes.
And goals are just going to become harder and harder to come by, especially for the Gold Coast as this sloshy field starts to take its toll. You feel like there's going to be a lot of cramp.
Well, there's
and a lot of fatigue.
A lot of young legs out there. The 3 omissions from the squad named were all experienced NEFL level players: Jackson Allen, Clay Cameron, and sorry, I forgot the
Nathan
Bock. Very experienced.
Bruce knocks it down. Hunter again battling manfully, gets the handball to Cass. Cass on the left foot, sees a lead he likes, he bounces it in front of his teammate. Howard gets the handball to Thompson. Thompson towards the goal square. No, out of bounds on the full. In fact,
he couldn't have kicked that.
Gold Coast will take the free kick from the back pocket. They're trailing by the 40 points here at Casheezi Park. Still the overcast conditions. It's been a cool day in Brisbane with a little bit of breeze towards the commentary box side. Now coming towards us, Darcy Trask takes the ball. Good shepherd from Hutchins, just gets rid of Pfeiffer, but Trask can't get the ball to bounce back to him in the plop. And good pressure again. The Bombers are doing it on the bit there. Tyler Jones, nice bump. Named on the interchange today was Tyler Jones.
Maybe the wrong option there from Trust to try and bounce the ball, especially on this side. Very hard condition. Soft ground makes it hard to bounce.
It's the experience factor. It's not just about getting rid of the ball. It's what you do when you've actually got it in your hands. Free kick there.
Ball.
Incorrect disposal, I think, really called.
Fair enough.
Jared Ellis didn't like that. Brewer will take the free kick.
So Brewer, he's got Stephen on a flank. That's a good spoil by Trask. Yeah, so you've got to respect Trask's, that's a hard plural to say, but his desire to take the game on and take a bounce on this wing. But yeah, he had a few players running for him.
Yeah, Osborne was filthy with him on the inside.
Yeah.
But I think even Osborne understands it's a steep learning curve for a lot of these young top-up players.
So Bruce is there for the Gold Coast. No one wins the tap. Cast, left foot kick, dribbling inside 50. Zoof is out to meet it. Warnock now, handball to Herbert. A couple of dangerous handballs here. The Suns trying to work it out of defence. Warnock. And that'll be another ball up 40 metres out from Redland's goal, as they still lead by 40 points halfway through, late in this third quarter. Warnock wins an uncontested tap out wide. A couple of Suns there to meet it. They had the numbers, so they're able to work it out. That's a kick to the captain, Taylor, over his head. Back to Hunter, and he bangs it inside 50.
Hunter lets it hang there. Big contest from Estill. Ball punched away from him by Leslie. It's in dispute now. Coast have it. Trask. Handball will come across with Tate. Left foot. Big lead there from Blood. It's kicked over his head. Mark there taken by Lovett. Centering ball. And that's with Brad Reese. Lifted his rating up to 17 disposals now, Reese. Wants to play on. Handballs it off to Williams, who just shanks it a little. Helicopter towards Hughes. Got the one hand to it. Off hands. And there'll be a throw in. Right forward pocket at the change rooms end here at Casheezi Park. You've got the Bombers leading by 40 points late in the third term. This is that red time where the Gold Coast youngsters are getting a bit heavy-legged. Hunter did well. Now it's with Sumner. Controls it. And then Estel controls him. Oh, he just placed it on the ground and then pushed it over the boundary line. He's very fortunate to get away with that.
The umpire was blindsided, I think, because from this angle that was blatant.
Absolutely. Another throw in just in front of the change room. Sorry, Lee.
And Michael Cleave Hughes now with his third opponent. They've moved young Jared Ellis onto him, so that's a massive task for him.
So Proust gets the ball down, gets under Hunt, kicked forward there by Sondergeld it was. And it'll be over the boundary line on the full, so...
Yeah, I think I heard
touched off the boot.
The controlling umpire called touch early on.
So it'll be a throw in again in the right forward pocket.
Let's see if the Suns can hold out here. Proust can't win that tap down. Ajita's there. Flying kick out of the pack. Pfeiffer tries to take a one-handed mark. Well done by Osborne. Couple of handballs. Reese can't hit a target. That's Scott. He's got Cast. Back to Sondergeld. Somehow maintaining possession. That's Pfeiffer, sorry. Back to Cast. Centres it. Underneath Herbert.
Oh, great grab.
Is that Hughes?
Oh!
Surely not.
It was the last person I expected to take it. Cleve Hughes has come from the clouds. What an incredible mark, and he's going to line up for his 6th goal.
Maybe just a little bit of an experience from Ellis because he had a teammate who was in box position. All he needed to do was stop Hughes' run, but instead let him run at the footy. He had a clean jump at it, and Hughes with that athleticism, always going to be hard to stop once he's in the air.
Well, he's such a dangerous forward, isn't he? He's got the cleanest hands and he's got a wonderful set shot for goal. And once again, he makes no mistake.
And Will, if you had to compare him to a current AFL player, he's very Jay Schiltz-like. He's a strong contested mark, really good set shot for goal.
Yeah, it's a good comparison.
It's his 3rd goal this quarter as well, fella, so he's enjoying the fact that they're putting the foot on the pedal a bit. 6 goals, 3 now to the Redland Bombers in this 3rd term. The Gold Coast Suns have only registered the 1 goal too, so this is a definitive statement from the bigger bodies and the more experienced Redland Bombers side here. Just having a look at Carmichael. Hunter slowed down in his output with only a couple of disposals in this quarter.
Lee Osborne's one, though, has just continued on. He's up to 23 disposals now. And, of course, a mature age recruit is on the rookie list. Maybe just that extra bit of experience and conditioning.
Here's Pfeiffer now, bursting through, chips it towards half forward. Trask did well there, keeps the ball in front of him, but then, he got rid of. There will be a free kick. Advantage has been paid. Andrew Scott tries to get the ball back to Sondergeld. Probably would have been best to go back and take the kick. Carmichael Hunt handballs it forward. Mutu tackled again by Thompson. Ball stuck underneath several, and there'll be a ball up.
A little lucky there. He just fell on the footy, and we've seen those paid a lot as holding the ball, but got away with it that time.
Phil Cast burst as the leading disposal getter on the ground. 25 touches as the 3-quarter time siren goes, and heralds a great quarter for the Redland Bombers. 3-quarter time, 14-11, 95 plays 7-7-49. Cleve Hughes with 6 for the Bombers, and Matt Thompson with 3. All 3 of them in that quarter too, but so it's now a 46-point margin, Will, and it looks like that Gold Coast might have to try and stem the bleeding in the early part of this last term.
Well, the last thing they want is to turn this into a blowout after such a competitive first half. Their percentage is not great. It's 46.97%. And they've really been bleeding points at the latter end of games so far this season. So let's see what they can do in this second half. But we'll leave you at Casheezi Park. 46-point lead to the Redland Bombers, and we'll see you in the 4th quarter on NEFL TV.
Welcome back, NEFL TV Round 8. It's the Redland Bombers at home to the Gold Coast Suns. And Redland leading by 46 points at three-quarter time, 15 points at half-time, only a point at quarter-time. Matt Thompson kicking 3 goals and Cleve Hughes 3 of his own in that third term. Michael Price and Will Ralston calling the action. Really looking forward to a big final term here. And Will, you can kick us off as the umpire bangs it down in the middle.
Yeah. Outscored them by 5 goals in that third quarter, did Redland. But now kicking to maybe the scoring end of the Gold Coast in this last term, as Walbers wins the first tap. Pfeiffer's on the end of it. Good tackle. Doesn't get a boot on it. Walbers gathers the loose ball. And there's going to be a ball up just forward of the centre circle for the Gold Coast. Carmichael Hunt pulled up a bit stiff there. And we might see a bit of that this quarter. Another ball up. Sumner goes up as the loose man. Gathering a high ball in defence. Herbert's there, tries to get a boot on it, smothered. Rebounding now. Stevens there. Blind handball over the top by Redland. There's Smith, paddles it on for Howard. And here's Cass. Cass leading possession, getting on the ground so far. Can't pick it up. Howard grabs it again, back to Williams. Chip over the top, back to Cass. How's that for clinical? Cass has a loose man. Oh, should be a free kick, chopping out in the contest. Trying to go back, my eyesight's eluding me here a bit.
I think you got it right in the first case, Will. I think you called it quite well there.
So Rogerson puts it inside 50 to Hughes. Doesn't take the mark. And that's going to go out of bounds. So Hughes, 6-1 so far.
Yeah, effective game from Cleve Hughes. He's taken 9 marks, 13 possessions as well. So he's been a very lively target up forward. Third man up for the Bombers, punches it towards the goal. Now the Gold Coast Suns want to get rid of it. Intercepted now. Cass, the handball to Smith. Smith on the right foot from 35. Curls it around and curls it through for one behind. So straight into the scoring. 14-12-96 plays 7-7-49. We're up to a 47-point margin.
So the Gold Coast to kick out here. Oh, it's a 2-on-1 situation. Passfield, that was too easy for him in front of the short Mutu.
Just wrong choices again.
Yeah, bad decision. So here's Smith. Joshua Smith this one. Umpire tells him to come back around. Took a few steps trying to create his own buddy arc. Smith from 55 bangs it to the goal square. It's a good-looking kick. Hughes from the side. I think he's kicked it. Oh, that's his 7th. Cleve Hughes, he can do no wrong in that forward line. Even though he didn't take the mark that he's been snaffling today, somehow gets a boot on the goal line. And what can you do as a Gold Coast Suns defender when that happens?
Well, there's really nothing you can do. As we have a mini earthquake in the box. Yeah, nothing you can really do as a defender there. Cleve Hughes has just been in dominant form today. But one thing, speaking to Josh Fraser during the week as a Gold Coast coach, just lamented the fact that there hasn't really been a consistent 4-quarter effort yet from his side. They've had 2 really good quarters, a bit of a down 3rd quarter. But the thing he'll be looking for is to see them close out the game really well. They had a good last quarter against Aspley, so let's see if they can do the same here against Redland.
So it's 46 inside 50s to 32 the Redland Bombers, and they're making it pay. They're now in front by 52 points as the ball is in dispute on the outer side. Hunter pushes it out wider. Gold Coast now have it in their hands through Tate, who's been reasonably quiet today. Hutchins now breaks the tackle, looking for somebody, looking for movement. It's Blood. Hits him on the chest. First blemish against Blood today. He butters up though. Bombers have the ball. Kicking it towards the commentary wing. Matt Thompson under pressure. He can't control it. Well played there by James Holland. Gets it to Osborne. Looking for a teammate. Punched away from the Bombers by the Bombers defence. Over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. That was a good bit of defensive work from Andrew Smith.
How good's Osborne been? He's a real shining light for today for the Gold Coast Suns.
He's had the 23 touches, Will, 5 clearances as well, so he's been right in the middle of the action, as is this bloke in Hunter, trying really hard as a lone man in the ruck department really for Redland. Brewer now gets it into the middle. It's with Stephen. Stephen kicks it out to his teammate. Nice mark taken there. And that's Estill. Estill has the run of Matt Thompson. He kicks it in front of him. Thompson gathers and then hits the post from about 2 metres out. Could have been his 4th goal.
And he had the space to run directly in front as well.
Just perhaps took things a little easy. So we're at 15, 13, 103 now. Play 7-7-49.
As we have a free kick to the Gold Coast on this left back flank. They like to go back inside to Warnock.
This is something the Gold Coast have done a lot today. They've always looked backwards. That's been their first option. They've never sort of looked to go forward. Always looking for that switch, and maybe just that slow ball movements cost them at certain times throughout the game.
Inboard, chopped off. Too easy there for Jones. He's got Cast, but he goes further in ahead to Hughes. Hughes marks right on the 50.
You could have a ping at this.
Is it beyond him?
I'd have a ping. If I was him with 7 under my belt right now, I'd have a shot.
You'd go for 10, wouldn't you?
Well, he gave the token look off as if he was going to pass.
So Cleve Hughes from 55 metres out. Gives it plenty of distance. No, he just pushes it to the left. So that's his 2nd behind for today, making it 7-2 and pushing Redland's lead out now to 55 points. So Warnock to kick out again. Bit of a thankless job for him today against some dangerous tall timber. Blood's there. Oh, it's a wonderful mark. Paul Hunter. You've got to give it to him. He's been tireless in the ruck today. 50 metres against Blood, I believe.
And Paul Hunter's one we can really look forward to seeing. He's been selected in the NAFL representative squad, and it'll be really interesting to see how he goes against some fine ruckman from WA.
So he didn't go back onto his mark, but I think the umpire said that Blood was just...
A minuscule 50 as well.
Yeah. Well, it was a minuscule error from Blood, so I think that's fair enough. As Hunter leans back and pops it through. Well done, Paul Hunter. He's deserved a goal. It's been a tough gig for him today. And once again, that extends Redland's lead to now 61 points. As the Suns haven't been able to kick a goal for some time now. It was early in the 3rd that they kicked their last one.
And sometimes you hear of ruckmen who have a preference to play as the lone ruckman, and maybe Hunter's one of those guys because since Malone's gone down with injury, he's really stepped up and assumed that sole responsibility of being the #1 ruckman.
23 hit-outs today for Hunter. He's done well against both Walbers and Bruce, who provide formidable tall targets for the Gold Coast. Umpire puts it down in the middle. Walbers will hit this one down towards Sumner, who couldn't control it. Walbers picks it up, gets the handball over to Herbert, who kicks it towards centre half forward. It's taken by the Bombers' defence now. It's going to come out here to the commentary box side. And there's Harsfield, who now has Hutchins on his hammer. He gets rid of the ball. It's with Warnock now. Warnock with Sumner. Sumner dances around his opponent, kicks it inside 50. Bombers have got this covered again. Again, the defence, easy to read those floating kicks coming in as Lovett. Back to Williams. It's going to go over towards Salter, the co-captain. He's got runners, including the big fella in Hunter. He's buoyed by kicking his first goal of the day. Out in the wing. Oh, he handballed it to Grua, who wasn't looking. Actually hit him in the number. And then shoved his opponent out of the way.
Just threw him out of the way.
Very frustrated as the Gold Coast kick it down the outer wing. Salter punches it over the boundary line. He's done everything today, Paul Hunter. He's done well, the boy from Warners Bay in New South Wales. Looking forward to see how he goes in that Newfield game too there, Lee.
Leading possession winners on the ground so far. Cass, 26, Salter 23 and Reese 19 for Redland. Whereas for the Suns it is Osborne 24 and Hunt on 20. Ball in. Centre wing. Goes back to Ajita. Slams it on the right boot. Blood's there, but it only goes as far as Lovett. So Lovett bangs it on the left, but it's going to be intercepted by Trask. He's right in the heart of the centre circle. Players telling him to kick it long, and he does. On the left, bangs it back inside 50. A pack of Bombers there. Should have taken the mark. Tackled strongly. Ball's going to bobble around for a moment. I think it's going to be balled up by the controlling umpire. Comes out to Salter. He spreads it wide. So this is going to be Jones. Finds Sondergaard. He's got a few runners. Here we go. Howard. Through the centre circle once again. Sends it long. Is that, 5 for 1 and a free kick.
Oh,
here's Hughes for his 8th, if you don't mind, Cleve Hughes.
Oh. Didn't he show a clean pair of heels there?
Gee. Fell over the back and I thought it was going to roll through for a behind, but Cleve Hughes has been on fire in that forward line. 8 goals too, and he'll be enjoying his day out the office.
Well, it actually looked like the umpire may have started to put the whistle to the mouth for a free kick to Pfeiffer, and just thought that maybe the bigger advantage would actually not be blowing the whistle, just to let Cleve Hughes stroll in and tap through his 8th goal for the day.
Now the Gold Coast have stopped as if shot. They haven't scored since about the 20-minute mark of the third term, and you've got a good 40 unanswered points from the Redland Bombers since. So they're doing it very well. 17-14, 116 plays 7-7, 49. This one will get called back from the umpire as well. But Cleve Hughes, a day out. And don't the forwards just move that little bit faster when the ball is loose and there's a goal beckoning?
Yeah.
Cleve he could have burnt Ben Johnson down, the 100-metre sprint there. Absolutely brilliant. Bruce in the ruck. Too much height there. Gets it down to Hutchins, who's battled manfully today. Gets on the left shoot, kicks it in front of Blood and Howard. Howard wins the ball for the Bombers. Down the outer wing. Reese leaves it for Cass. Why wouldn't you? Leading disposal winner on the field. Now Reese again battling manfully. Gets the ball back. Pass field. Gets it back to Howard. They're sharing it around now. Williams bursts through a couple. Back to Howard. It's going to come out here to the outer wing, commentary box wing. Andrew Smith has the ball. So they're starting to get run off their feet now, the Gold Coast Suns. The Bombers doing it relatively easily. That's a good kick. Oh, good hands there too. And the run of Scott. Scott from 35 hooks it across, hits the post.
Yeah, you're right. It's become a training drill now.
So 17-15, 117 plays 7-7, 49. Yes, Will, you'd like to see the Gold Coast try and finish off their good work so far today.
Because we say it was a good first half, and it was. It was a very good first half by the Gold Coast Suns. They don't deserve to be completely blown out in this last quarter. But yeah, the energy's just disappeared, and that's a poor kick by Warnock.
An experienced player, and that's just drilling it down your opposition captain's throat, 35 metres out directly in front. Not exactly what you want to see right now.
Warnock may be someone who's he's had a very difficult year. Obviously, the Gold Coast have been well beaten in most games, and just looks a little down on confidence in that kick. I think it's quite a good example of maybe just him being a bit down on confidence, as I said.
So Phil Cass kicks his third. He's a good captain, isn't he?
Well, 27 disposals. He's had 6 marks. He's had 3 tackles and 3 goals. Done well.
You can't really ask for a better stat sheet, can you? And we're only early on in this last quarter. It's only going to get better.
Well, the output from their co-captains, this is the second time I've called Redland this year, of Cass, Salter and even Zufa coming back into the side today.
I
The
think
lazy
Howard-
17 disposals.
Howard's another one who's been really good at that half-back line. He's set up so much of their play. So much has gone through him as well, and his foot skills are superb. And Redland's now really starting to get away from Gold Coast.
Ball down in the middle, Pruce over the top again, but the ball will be taken up by the Bombers. Cass again fighting feverishly underneath, as is Smith. Ball stuck underneath him, umpire hugs himself and says we'll do it all again. Another ball up in the middle. We're approaching shellacking territory now.
What's your cut-off for shellacking territory?
50 points.
Is that your definition? Okay.
that'll do.
Rogerson bursts away from the pack, receives a handball back from Shade, back to Osborne. That kick from Herbert was offline.
Better ball movement from the Gold Coast then, though.
Again, Osborne involved.
Yeah.
He's been terrific today.
Oh, as far as shining lights go, he's been well and truly the bright one. So this is Scott on the wing. Running through, they're going to send it back inside 50. Guess who? Oh, and he's dropped another mark that he usually would take. Pfeiffer. Rogerson somehow gets his hands free to Thompson. Thompson, bubbly up forward. Stephen gets his head over it, back to Rogerson. This is going to be Jones. Thompson gives it plenty of height. Hunt's underneath it, running back with the flight. Good mark, Carmichael Hunt. That was brave.
Well, his courage's never been questioned as
No.
long as he's been in the AFL. That's one thing for certain.
Yeah, his first half was just about best of field, Carmichael Hunt. Still on 21 touches. That kick lands at the feet of Ellis. Did he go out of bounds? Just kept it in. Goes down the wing. Shade's there. And the umpire's called it a push, which is probably fair enough. So that's going to go to Williams. Adrian Williams. A lot of mud on these jerseys in this last quarter. Thompson's found some space, as has Hughes. How has he found space? Just affects the spoil. Stevens. Handles back and forth. Strong tackle by Reese on Leslie. Hughes gets the ball back, tries to get his hands free. Just going to hover around here for a moment. Reese ducks the head, tries to palm off a couple of players. Suns win the ball back. Lovett throws his body in. Oh, Thompson finds Cass somehow, but he's pushed that to the left. That would have been a real exclamation mark on what's been a lovely day out of the office for Phil Cass. So the margin now, Redland 18-16, 124, lead the Gold Coast Suns 78-50, 74-point margin.
Okay, so we've gone beyond shellacking. It's moving into pizzling territory as the Gold Coast kick out. Timmy Sumner, now that's a better leap for the ball, takes it in the hands, good mark. As you can probably feel, there's not a lot of movement for him. He goes into the middle, a little bit dangerously. It's punched away from Herbert, now taken away by Thompson. Thompson sees somebody in Cleve Hughes. That was the loudest voice you can give from the forward, saying, leave it for me. And he will shoot for his 9th goal, 35 metres out directly in front.
He doesn't like sharing, does he? So Scott seemed to be in the better position.
I've got a feeling he was expecting Scott to take it. Afterwards, he looked at him and just said, what are you doing, mate? That was yours.
So 8 goals down, Cleve Hughes. He comes in for his 9th, unleashes from just on 40. Makes the goal umpire work a little. But again, it's through the middle. 9 goals to Cleve Hughes.
Cloud 9, Cleve Hughes now.
19 goals, 16, 130 plays, 7, 850. Wow, and I was just looking at that, 54 points to 1 since about the 20-minute mark of the third quarter.
Well, the Gold Coast had scored 41 points at half-time, and at this moment they're sitting on 50. So I think it's more of a reflection of the dominance of Redland rather than the goals going up for the Gold Coast.
They battled well, the Gold Coast, for as long as they physically could. It just seems the superiority of Redlands as far as their fitness and as far as their skills is just taken to the fore.
Early on also, a lot of the Gold Coast goals were quite advantageous. There was a few free kicks that were 50-50s and few balls that just floated through and perhaps they shouldn't have, so maybe that flattered them a bit in the first half. As Osborne bursts through the pack, it's going to be a ball up near the centre circle.
He's been a real shining light. You mentioned him a couple of times today, Osborne, who's had the 26 touches. Again, just that extra bit of age from Frankston, taking him in the 2013 rookie draft. He's 24 years old, so got a bit behind him. They buried him tough in Frankston.
So Redland, handball inside. This is Stephen, tries to find a teammate. He's got Scott. That's a great handball inboard. This is going to be some goal from Howard. That was wonderful. Just like witches' hats, they danced around those Gold Coast defenders. Beautiful link-up of handballs. And it looks like a triple-figure lead is almost inevitable at this stage.
And as much as we've talked about how Gold Coast has fallen away, Redlands really have played some scintillating football. Their ball movement, probably almost the best in the competition, along with the NT. And when they get their full game together, it's something to watch because they're just such an exciting attacking football team. And it's shown today.
So many different avenues as well. Look, I mean, Hughes has got 9 goals today, but you look at the smaller players that have contributed on the scoreboard, like Matt Thompson, Phil Cass. You know, Fife has chipped in, Brewer's got one. So, again, they've shared it around a bit.
And you look at this team list for Redland, there are so many quality players in so many different positions.
Now Hutchins goes forward for the Gold Coast. He's battled again manfully, kicks it long inside 50. It's good contest there from Andrew Smith, punches it away. Good work from Walbers as well, the big fella. Intercepted by Brewer. He gets it over to Salter, who's done very well today. Kicks it down the outer wing. Scooped up there by the Gold Coast, and they will repel. No, great smothered work from Sondergeld. Regathers the ball, chips it forward. Warnock and Hughes, the ball, sorry, it wasn't Hughes, goes over the back. Warnock still battling long. Hughes is back in the goal square with Seb Tate. The ball will be stuck under several players. We'll have a ball up on the 50-metre arc. Right half forward for the rampaging Redland Bombers at this stage, leading by 86 points.
But like I was saying, there's so many different players playing so many different roles so well. There's barely been a bad player out there today for Redland. I mean, Andrew Smith only has the 2 touches, which I find surprising looking at the stat sheet. But after that, it's Sondergeld, and he's barely had a bad game. He just did a brilliant intercept there. So, ball in. Hunter probably wins that one down over Bruce. So that's Brewer. Handballs back inside. Got a few runners here. Everyone's lining up for Redland. Reese puts it to the path of Hughes. Can't take the mark.
You'll get this
the
back.
crowd wanted a free kick. Thompson somehow keeps it in. Dangerous position here. 6 men go up. And that's probably going to go for a behind, does it? No, Estel keeps it in. Howard's there. Estel on the left. There we go. He manages to get one on the board as well. Good on you, Reese Estel. He's been somewhat of an assistant to Cleve Hughes for most of this season, but he's by no means a bad forward. So he kicks his first of the day, surprisingly. He's kicked 2 behind so far. 11 touches, 4 marks. And now 1 goal on the board.
And just a positive for the Gold Coast. I know it sounds silly to say that Hughes has kicked 9, but for Jack Leslie to get a taste on someone who's done it at AFL level, now come back, it's just a great learning experience for him, and he'll only get better for the experience. He's played up forward the past few weeks, but a chance to go down back and see, maybe learn from someone who's had that experience has been a really good opportunity for him.
So 92 points the margin here at Casheezi Park. The Redland Bombers doing it on the bit and running all over the top of the Gold Coast Suns in the last term. Phil Cass with his 33rd disposal kicks it just to the half-forward line. Mark taken. It's with Scott. Scott sees Hughes on the lead, tries to find him, cut off there
10.
by Osborne. Yes,
Everyone wants 10.
There's a big push for Cleve Hughes to get his 10 goals, but the Gold Coast can see it coming. Louis Herbert now has the ball. He's got movement in front of him. He's coming out to the commentary box side. He's going to ask a lot of his teammate in Farley Smith, who takes a good mark. Handballs it forward to Timmy Sumner. Down the boundary line. Looking for a teammate in Walbers. Punched away there by Phil Lovett. And over the boundary line, there'll be a throw-in in front of the Gold Coast Suns coaches box. Josh Fraser there looking on anxiously.
Sumner, one who shows so much promise, but just sometimes his final disposal lets him down. That kick wasn't at all to the advantage of Walbers.
Not the greatest decision. Head clash between Sumner and Hutchins there. as the ball is with Phil Carse, who kicks it onto the roof of the commentary box and over the back there. So it'll be Sumner who takes the free kick here for the Gold Coast Suns. Again, as you say, he battles on. He's had 18 touches today, Liam, but some of the decision making.
Yeah, taking on your own teammate is a bad decision, I'd suggest. Nearly got Hutchins clean on the jaw there as Sumner puts it inside 50. Big pack flies. It's going to land at the feet of Farley Smith, but he only puts it to the right for a minor score. So 91-point lead to Redland as they play on. Smith on the far wing. Down the line, Scott's there for Redland. Falls out the back to Thompson. Thompson's been very lively in this second half. Here's Hughes. Takes the mark. It's going to be 50 out. Go send a torp down there, son. Hughes puts it inboard. Sondergeld's out the back. It could fall to him. Oh, they're all lining up now. Everyone wants a goal. Williams can't quite bend it back enough. I tell you what, we're about 25 minutes in. If Hughes doesn't get 10, he's going to be filthy with Estill for that second quarter. I feel like we're crucifying him a bit for one brain snap, but it was a certain goal if he let him have it.
So James Holland has the ball for the Gold Coast Suns. They are trailing by 92 points. Haberfield battling on as well. The ball's now with the Bombers. Chips inside 50, and there he is, Matt Thompson, who's kicked 3 goals of his own today, all in their third term. He's got the ball from 50. He holds it up. He's going to kick it to the hot spot. Big leap by Hughes. Cleve Hughes takes the ball 15 metres out directly in front and will shoot for his 10th goal.
All eyes were on him as it was floating in. He was the only man in that pack that was going to take that mark.
So Cleve Hughes, 9 goals, 2 and 18 disposals today. This will make it a perfect 10. He comes in, chips it over the goal umpire's hat, and there's double figures for Cleve Hughes, and puts an exclamation mark on this game for the Redland Bombers. 22-17, 149. Play the Gold Coast Suns 7-9-51. Was played just on 25 minutes of the final term here at Casheezi Park. What a grab and what a bag for Cleve Hughes.
Well, he's just one of those players you love to come and watch. He's had a superb day here, and you can see why Redlands packs out the clubhouse when you've got, I don't think I'm being overzealous here by saying that he's quickly becoming a cult figure at his new club.
Well, gee, what a way to bring it up. That was such a good mark.
Kicked 7 against the Brisbane Lions earlier in the year, but this has been something else. Perfect 10-goal performance today. It's just been a joy to watch from the commentary box.
Definitely. So 98 points. Redland once again winning out of the centre. That was Smith. It's going to bounce to the advantage of the Gold Coast. They're able to rebound. This is Shade. Decides to handball out wide to Mutu. Kick to Bruce, but Williams does too good there. Really well done there by Williams, chopping off the much taller opponent in Bruce. He's been thrown into the ruck, has Williams.
He just knows how to use his body though. He's a little bit undersized, but he's never out-positioned. He's always able to get that fist in.
Yeah. So boundary throw in. Williams somehow wins the tap against the taller opponent, Cast. Shade almost took the mark. Wins the ball back anyway, but only handballs as far as Gruel. Gruel picks it up. Cut off there. Ball's going to stay there for a moment. The umpire will be hovering around.